Well, that's usually how that works.
I've never heard Terry so confident, Evelyn. You're doing a good job. That's awesome.
Thanks.
In a minute.
Hello, Amanda. You are in fact first. Welcome, and hello to you as well, my lovely.
It's the Manda.
After all.
It's Manda.
After all.
I like this. This is good.
That's a horrible. No, don't do that, please.
What? She loves Disney.
I know, but that's like no, don't do that.
Okay. I'll stop.
I'm teasing. It's Amanda after all. It's Amanda after all. Yeah, now it's in my head. That's why I didn't want you to do it.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh, that's a good range.
Oh God, not that song. Yes, exactly. See what you've done?
Oh,
it's evil. It's pure evil.
I just rolled 3 d20s and all 3 came out as 2s.
That's just gonna be your day today, apparently.
Oh, that was... Wow, that's... What are the odds? I'm trying to do math. Why, hello, Mr. Gimbal.
Well, hello.
It's Zeus.
Welcome all. Hey, good to see you, Mr. Gimbal. Necromantic, good to see you, my friend. We're just getting some last-minute stuff tuned up here and preparing for our first session of Greyhawk Awakening since pre-BlueBoxCon, so it's been a minute, to be sure.
$10 a.m. That's early in the morning.
Yes.
You know what they say about 10 a.m.
It's after 9 a.m. and before 11 a.m.
Hola, Senora Nice.
Yes.
Bum 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 bum. Hey, so I did not get to watch any of the Monday night streams while we're waiting, because we're going to jump right into this once we get started. I'm assuming that both Josh and Terry ran something last night, correct?
Well, yeah. I was
even if it was like a prep or a...
With my new group.
Yeah. So Terry, talk about that, and we'll probably go to... Hey, Art of Mike Disney, good to see you, my friend. Yeah, both of you can go, but let's start with you, Terry.
So we've got a new group. We're starting up Outlaws of Alkenstar. We're 5 outlaws in Alkenstar City in the Mana Wastes come together for some adventures that I'm very excited about. It's got Vivi, Evelyn, it's got Robert, Thomas, and Don from Talespire in it, and
Tales Tavern, yeah.
Or Tales Tavern, I'm sorry. And it is heavy RP. It's kind of, the setting is kind of steampunk. And so we've got a rogue, a swashbuckler, a bard, a cleric, and a... Oh, I'm missing one, Evelyn. What am I missing?
Swashbuckler, gunslinger.
Gunslinger, that's the other one. Gunslinger. Yeah. So it's a
well-dressed dwarven gunslinger, to be exact.
Well-dressed, yes. He has the finest clothes there are. So last night we just did our session 0 offline and then went online just to make sure that the video was looking good and make sure all my sound was set for ready for next week.
Well, no, that's fun. I would switch to video, but I want to wait for Vivi to come in because it'll mess up all my cams if I switch to video now. But your session 0, that's been an oft-talked about thing here. And we've done that a couple of times on Blue Box. But session 0 can include the basic rules, mechanics, helping characters with backstories, but also sort of the rules of the table, which can often run afoul. We have had a couple examples here, even recently, where people got... a little bit sideways with rules of the table. So your session 0, what was covered in that, Terry?
So I go pretty in depth in my session 0s, and we talk about a lot of things ranging from, as you said, game mechanics, which none of my players, with the exception of Evelyn, have played it with any regularity. So we talked about some of the game mechanics that are different than D&D in ways, and similar in D&Ds in ways. But then I go and talk about things that generally I will or will not allow at the table, will or will not bring up as a GM. A good example that I used last night is I talked about romances, and I explained to my players that as the DM, none of the NPCs will hit on you, but you are more than welcome to hit on the NPCs. My feeling is that if a player wants to move in that direction, as a DM, I am okay with that, so I'll allow it. But as a DM, unless they come to me outside of the game and talk to me about an arc that they'd like to do, then I am not going to have any of my players romantically involved with them.
Yeah, I love that topic. That was actually one of the ones that mainly came up here, and you use the phrase "hit on," and that's something even in of itself has a sort of objective or subjective rather topic. So flirtation, is that okay? I think there are many ways we could diagnose this, and I want to set a good set of ground rules. You can have each thing for your campaign, but at Blue Box, I want people to be clear. There has really been no romance on Blue Box that has occurred, maybe tangential flirtation. The only actual thing that happened was with Evelyn's character, and it was completely initiated by the PC. Yeah. And we had a stunned NPC, Galen, who he kind of like what he was like, and it was kind of a fade to black moment. But that's such an important part of the game, because you expect in D&D that violence is part of it. That's a core part of the game. We're all role players here. I think we have a very role play intensive community, but combat is part of the game, and so you could have a theft even. Someone steals something from your pocket. That's technically a violation, but not at the same level. Someone pushes you through a portal for in-game role play reasons. Could hurt, but not. But when you start getting into the romance or quote unquote sexuality stuff, that's got to be heavily governed at the table, and that's a great topic for us in our upcoming LMAs.
Also, apparently, you completely forgot about Alcott and Irda, but that doesn't hurt my feelings too much.
Well, because that was actually PC to PC, so then there's you're right. Yeah, it's a good topic. Yeah,
well, we had a very good conversation about that.
It is, yes.
To extend, and that's what I was going to say. To extend on that, I've also told my players that if there are things that they want to see happen in the game, to speak with me prior to the games, prior to a session or a couple weeks before a session they think it might happen. And I'm more than, because you know me, I love stories, right? I'm more than willing to weave stories into a campaign if it's something that they see that they want.
All right, so the star, I mean, we know you, Terry, but we know everyone here. We all love stories. We tell great stories. Josh is a storyteller. Rory's a storyteller. Evelyn's a storyteller. I'm a storyteller. We all love that. Now, there can be degrees to which you allow other things like combat to influence, but I feel like we are under a lucky charm tonight. I picked up and hit the button, and everybody is perfect. Still Vivi waiting to connect, but all the people were in the right spot. Tellidir, Rasmus, Elora, Anaho, Rizia, you all look great. Thank you, viewers, for jumping in. We're going to start here. In fact, let me just, while we're getting Rizia in, let me go back to this one.
Can we ask about Josh's now? Josh, I saw you had a session last night. You were on
Well, go ahead, Josh. Yeah.
And Kristen on last night.
Yeah.
Wow, he's really thirsty.
Wow. Keep going. You're not even drinking. It's not even going.
All right, we're going to go to our kickoff stuff here. So we'll come back to Josh in a moment.
So he's got to do it with his face. You're not my real dad. Josh, it's not going. Josh, you're faking this, dude.
How's the audio sound to all of our viewers? Hopefully it sounds good to you. It looks good to me. I'm watching all the levels.
Josh's camera's frozen. It's frozen. Oh, there he is. By the way, Josh, I appreciated that unsolicited pic he sent.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
You should have said that while he was drinking.
He wasn't drinking. He was just moving his throat like this.
Hey, I was drinking. I was drinking a little.
You were not. Yeah, you were sipping. You were not drinking. You were sipping.
Oh gosh.
What
no,
a
like
professional actor who sweats. I saw the TikTok. Man,
Bro.
the droplets on the stairs.
That was pre BlueBoxCon.
Dude, I felt just the same on Friday night when I was camping and it was 45 degrees outside. Yeah. No, same feeling. It was in a tent.
It was in Nashville. I literally like the heat of it. Went on a run. I don't know how you guys deal with humidity. I'm so happy to be free of it.
I'm with you, though.
You all suck.
What's
Also, guess
It's such light work.
Warhammer.
Is it you?
Look at this gorgeous map from Anna B. Meyer.
One of my favorite ones that I just got, the Executioner. But yeah, Chandler's helping me set up my Nighthawk army.
That's awesome.
So I've got tons of like little Reaper ghosties because I love the
The
undead.
Warhammer. Jeez.
We lost him a long time ago.
Yeah, he's big on Kings of War and Warhammer and all that.
Yeah, he's in his paint jobs. Like he's painting some skeletons for me, as well as a skeleton captain for me, and I'm just blown away by how good
Skeletons
he is at
are
painting.
the best.
Skeletons are the best. I love undead. Undead are the best because
I agree.
there is no splitting hairs with
'Cause
skeletons.
they don't
No
have
pun
hair.
intended.
No, that's fair, Robert.
Tennessee Homework.
Fall upon the sword. What's in the background there? Is that me? Is that someone else?
Brand new opportunity.
It's me.
It is you.
Fixed.
Really enjoying it, though.
No, you weren't. You lie.
I was.
It was, Patrick.
You lie like a rug.
You know that.
All right, and then Ferox Fabrications, a great sponsor. We have brand new dice holders. We have brand new mini holders. All kinds of things that give you Stranger Things vibes.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's intriguing.
No.
And we are, if you're wondering, we are stalling a bit. Rizia, aka Vivi, is getting settled. She came in as quick as she could. So we're doing all these rolls to make sure we give her time.
It's because
Good
we got
news
a
is-
VV vendetta against these freaking gnolls.
No, but this is.
How would you say that together, Josh? How would you say? How would you
Vivid.
blend the? Yeah, how would you blend?
Vivdetta. Vivdetta.
When John says, "What happened last week?" Evelyn can go, "Nothing," and
Yeah.
we can.
I never say what happened last
And we
week.
can literally just
I never say that.
right into-
I never ask what happened last week, Terry. I reject that. All right, Blue Box. We love Cozy Gamer Dice. We have 2 giveaways. We have from her. One was done on Sunday. We will maybe do one tonight. The dice are gorgeous.
I love Cozy Gamer. It's the best dice in the world. People buy them all. They're amazing.
Buy them all.
Mine have duckies in them. Duckies #1.
I ran a session on Sunday for someone who had bought some Ducky dice.
And then, of course, Mantic Games, makers of Terrain Crate and the aforementioned Kings of War.
But not ducky dice.
You know,
Also,
like cool
Terry,
shit.
check out my new purchase.
Oh, what is it?
Very satisfying zipper.
Yeah, it is.
Cool. That's cool.
And so, especially as I travel as a DM, there's a separate set for other people, so I can whip out dice sets for them.
That's cool. I love that.
Thanks. Do you need my address again to send that to me?
Yeah. I'll send you other stuff.
Oh, yes.
Thank you to all of our sponsors. Welcome, Blue Box fans and all of our players. We are on book 2, episode 21, and what did I say, 70, 71, something like that. It's a lot of episodes. We have this august cast today. We do still have the art for Teleadir being worked on by Cowboy Hob. That's all been commissioned and should be coming out soon. And this is the first time we've streamed GHA since before the con. And every one of you were here, and I want to say before we start with the game tonight, thank you. Thank you to all of you. You ran games. Terry, Evelyn, I don't know, Josh and Rory might have done something. I don't remember. They kind of wandered around like ghosts. Vivi came last minute and played and was a light. Actually, was much better than Josh and Rory and Terry. And then she was just a fantastic. I'm just joking, guys. Sorry. And just had a fun time, and it was a great event. The Ren Fest was fun. Walking around. Now, many have asked about this, and so I will show it here on stream. This is the wound. You can see it here. That was 10 stitches. And so the story was, I have my sword over here, and on Terry's stream on last Sunday, a week ago Sunday, I was tapping that sword. I put it point down behind me here, and then I moved this DSLR over because Terry said, hey, your main thing with your camera for this is to use the DSLR. Well, he didn't say that. He said, my camera does all the work, I think was his exact quote. Oh, he means use the DSLR. So I moved that over here. Now I have this rolling chair. Many of you were here. So on that Wednesday night last week for LMA, I stood up like this, and I turned on the camera, and when I sat back down, which literally just happened just now, so this chair, it's gone out from underneath me where I stood up. So I threw my hands back, and the sword was there. Right down the side of my arm on the stupid sword. So I have a legitimate sword wound now, which I am not proud of at all. Actually, I feel really stupid.
What?
Yeah. I feel really
so
stupid.
Proud of that.
No, I feel so stupid. It's a crit fail. That's exactly right. It's such a fail. I failed. But anyway, welcome to Blue Box tonight. We're going to jump right into the action here. Thanks for being patient with us. We were waiting to get all of our players in, but we have a fun show tonight, I think. And with that said, let's go ahead and start with what happened last time.
All right, so last time we started off with the party continuing a bit on the road. They had just recently found a new ally in Teleadir, who is a wizard that they kind of adopted from a tavern on their way to try to help Rizia get more time to complete the task that she needs to keep herself alive, hopefully. So everyone was sort of talking a bit as they were making their way down the road. There was a bit of confusion with Anaho understanding the difference between a horse and a pony, which Allura was trying to explain, but he either didn't get it or he was intentionally not getting it. So either way, we never know with Anaho. But that was a bit of the discussion that happened as they were making their way along the path. Rizia ended up sort of leading the way on this journey since she is the only party member currently who has actually traveled these lands before. Allura by her side just to aid in the searching, keeping an eye out for anything. And, they made their way on the road. A lot of conversation happened. Teleadir trying to learn quite a bit about other people, and then also showing that he has a very great sense of curiosity and is interested, and he has a journal that he writes. He takes notes about things that he sees in. And as they were going, they did notice Allura noticed a wolf emerge from the trees on the side, and she made note of that, thought it was a little strange. because it wasn't acting like a wolf normally would. It seemed to be trained in some way or under some sort of control, which she decided to talk to the trees, as she does, to try to figure out what was going on with that wolf. And she went and spoke to a tree, learned that there are wolf men or something along those lines in this area that hunt with these wolves as their companions. And the tree said, as you know, anything is wont to do, they hunt as other humans and other creatures do, or humanoids and other creatures do. And so basically Laura felt like there wasn't much great need for concern there, so she shared that information. And Teledier was very curious about Laura talking to this tree, and so he ran up and he tried to talk to the tree himself, but he was stopped by Rizia, who grabbed him by his collar, basically scruffed him. And he did not take very kindly to a basically stranger putting hands on him. So he cast a big pit, and she avoided it. She jumped out of the way in time so she didn't fall into the pit, and then tried to have some conversation with him when he began to cast a spell, and he summoned a wolf of his own to his side that was kind of in a defensive posture, ready to pounce in need of doing so. And Alora basically just demanded that they stop fighting, and wanted to know what was going on. There was no need for that. And there was some tension in this moment, a little bit of conversation. Rizia was, stated that she felt the need to protect Alora, and Alora said, "Thank you, but I don't really need your protection." But she also defended Rizia to Teledier as well. And once everything calmed, at least enough that everyone was able to get back on the road, everyone regrouped and continued riding on for a little ways until the party decided to make camp a little further into the forest. So camp was made, and there was a lot of conversations happening. Anaho and Teledier spoke. Teledier was kind of man of the hour during this camp session that we had at the end of last week. A lot of questions were asked, and a little bit more was revealed about him. Conversations with Anaho. Anaho was talking about where he's from and how Relastra is actually kind of a paradise compared to where he's from, or at least not as bad as where he's from. But yes, so there's a lot of conversation. There's questions about what his journal is for, and he explained that he writes things that he finds interesting in it. There was just a bit of conversation, and then right at the end of the session, there was more howls, the sounds of these creatures in the woods, and Rasmus actually sent up like a flare sort of thing into the air, and we prepared for us, and that's how we ended last time.
All right, and remind, we were still at night at that time, right?
Yes, it was night.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so let's go ahead and go around the party. Introduce yourselves, please, your character, your class, your level, and anything else we should know about you. And let's go in reverse order, at least on my screen. We'll start with you, Vivi.
My name is Vivi. I play Rizia. She is technically a level 5 if DM allows her to level up. Hint, 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 nudge, nudge, nudge. Just kidding. So she's currently the only one that still has the glyph on the back of her hand. And she's currently deciding whether or not it was a good decision to let Teledier join our party.
Fair enough. Well enough. And yes, if anyone is within, so it's been a couple of sessions since we had RP go out. I think we've been better about it this when we were book 1. We were really bad in book. I was really bad in book 1, but I think we'd be a little bit better. But we still can go better than that. And I would say if you are within 2,000 experience points, of the next level, go ahead and level up. You had the Knights of Rest. That is all acceptable. And then just mark where you were, because I'll send out the final XP to you this week. But I don't want to rob you of that. And let's go ahead and get started with you, Rory. Tell us about Anaho.
Well, Anaho is a wonderful, charming, magnificent, innocent 2'11" halfling. He has crystal blue eyes. He's actually a slayer, so kind of a bit of a rogue, so maybe not all that innocent. He is alluded to and spoken of where he comes from and different creatures that he has encountered. He wears a cloak and has a dagger and a short bow, as well as many other items he's collected, primarily from dead companions. And currently has asked Heliadir to teach him how to make a black hole pit.
And your collection of items from dead companions has been an interesting part of the campaign. Let's go to Teliadir.
Yes, I am Teliadir. I am a level 3 wizard who has a wonderful little raven friend who flutters around and who goes by Baudel. And I have a book and a staff, and currently don't trust Rizia at all. But I love Vivi, so there's that.
Rasmus.
Yeah, what about him? Hi guys, I'm Josh of NPC Voices. I play Rasmus. He is a semi-human inquisitor of the 4th level? No, 3rd level. Of the 3rd level, nowhere near 5th, like some people.
That's what happens. You die multiple times.
I'm so sorry.
Hob, you are right. Rizia is a bit sus. She is not sassy. She's sussy. Go ahead. Sorry, Josh.
He's got a companion that is always with him that he's called by Rasputin, that only Anaho has seen or gotten to know, even in the least, and that's about it. He's the son of darkness.
Don't let me label you just because someone says that.
No, I'm going to lean into it. I'm going to become the BBEG of this campaign.
All right, well said. And then Alora.
All right, so I'm going to level to 4 with that. So
nice.
Do you want me to roll my d8 now, or do you want me to wait until after I?
No, please go ahead and roll now.
Okay, so I will roll my d8. Oh, I rolled an 8.
Let's go. Of course you did.
Okay, so that's 8. And so, yes, hello everyone. I am Alora. I am a level 4 druid, a panther maid, and I have a pet chicken named Henrietta who accompanies me everywhere. She is very brave and attacks the feet of wolves with no sense of self-preservation, really. And so that's a little concerning. I think we might need to have some talks about that. I also like to talk to trees. It's really fun. So yeah, that's me.
Love it. All right. You head north upon the road, and I'll pull up the map here. I mentioned last time. Go ahead. Sorry.
I also leveled up with that.
Okay, go ahead and roll then, please.
I'm within 57.
I got a
so
7.
I'm pretty much leveled up.
What did you say?
He said he got a 7, and Josh said that he's like 5,000 away, so does that count? This is
I'm within 13,000.
No, then those don't count. Sorry.
Can I roll for mine then?
Yes, please.
12. I rolled a 12.
4.
Nice.
What?
I did.
You did? You guys are crushing it tonight already. It's
Oh.
all right. And by the way, we can trust these players. These are good, solid, honest players. I only distrust Josh at times.
Yeah, I was like, I cheat all the time.
Yeah, he
did.
did.
That's all I do.
Liar!
All right, well done.
I always say I roll once.
Right, so if you're looking at the map here, you guys chose the lefternmost route, headed toward Rikerstone, if I recall correctly. And you're now going through these hills here on the eastern part. So let me scroll out. You can see where they are on the Flyness, right by the Solnor Ocean, heading north from Merlastra. They have been commissioned by Drax. Commissioned is a very warm term, and I say they, really only Rizia, and also by proxy Anaho, who is not glyphed but was part of the initial party. The other three have come alongside these and are probably not still fully convinced as to why this is necessary. And as you head north on this road, now choosing to go to the left toward Rikerstone, you are hounded. Yes, you did see wolves, but now you see things beyond just wolves. You see there are strange creatures, part wolf, part dog, something else, that hover along the edges of the road, loping beside you, not assaulting, just simply harrying you. As you leave your fireside behind, there is no assault made. But you sense, even as dawn is close upon the horizon, you set off slightly before dawn. Your horses are jittery and moving with caution.
As usual, Rasmus will take the back of the party.
Okay.
Rizia will ride up front.
Rizzy up front.
On her majestic warhorse.
She prefers destrier as the term. Thank you, Josh.
And Alora is sticking by Rizia.
Equestrian.
And Anaho will be by.
Wait, hold on. I left Henrietta behind. That can't happen. Where is Henrietta?
Forget Henrietta.
I can't find. Where is she? I've lost Henrietta. All right, I'll spawn another Henrietta.
That was created.
Yeah. The most necessary member of the party must be
Chick
spawned.
Get crit. Crit Chits. That's the new name of the stream, guys. Welcome to Crit Chits.
Didn't.
Stop that, Josh. Stop it. All right, Henrietta, and then Rasmus in the back. Anaho, where are you?
By Rasmus.
All right.
Apparently, ponies can't go as fast.
Oh.
It's weird.
All right, as you ride north on the path, you see these creatures, lupine in nature, loping through the forest and the trees. Every time you glance over, they furtively move off in the coverage of the foliage. You occasionally catch glimpses of yellow eyes, but nothing more.
Do we see any sort of ceremony going on in that direction?
Nope.
Because you said they were eloping beside us.
All right, you get one of those per game, Josh. Said loping.
Yeah. I would just like to keep an eye on them as we're going.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll just be instead of like right next to Rasmus, as would I guess be assumed. I'll be a little bit of ways, just again with him watching out for these things and anything else. I'll be doing the same thing, just used to the shadows. So maintaining as much as possible, 10, 15 feet away from him, but to his side at any given point. Just keeping some distance, but close enough to be able to still make chat with him.
All right. As you travel along, the creatures begin to recede back into the forest. They still harry you with their howling. You occasionally hear the gnashing of teeth and the snapping of jaws together. The horses are extremely skittish, but there is no attack made, even as the sun begins to dawn in the eastern sky. And you're moving through this forested, rocky path.
It's gonna set more wolves on fire.
That's Lilith, not Rizia. Sorry. Wrong
Sorry,
campaign.
will Vivi set more wolves on fire? There we go.
That's
And now-
actually.
Anaho.
Anaho will actually, remembering I have something, I will hopefully do it right and speed up this horse. It is definitely a horse. They are the same thing. He'll speed up next to Rizia just to catch up to her.
Okay.
And then when I do get up there, Rizia, you'll see me already have an item in my hand. It's actually a rolled up piece of parchment that I hand up to you. Rizia, I don't know if this will be used to you because you seem familiar, but I actually have this map. It is from Phelan's body, and it is of the northern areas.
That would come in handy, actually. I am familiar with the areas, but it gets muddled up sometimes. Thanks. And
Yes.
she'll just take a look at it, just to make sure that she's on the correct route. Are we on the correct route to where we need to go? DM.
You sense with a degree of confidence that you are, but the correct route, again, if you flew as the crow would fly, would be directly north, and you're headed toward a northwesternly passage now, but ultimately, unless you choose to climb the Rocky Mountains here, you would not have any better path than this. You feel confident you are headed in the right direction.
Okay.
Thank you, Toriano.
Then she will ride.
Is there anything you gained from that? Rizia? Is there a faster path that we can take, perhaps?
Oh, I was gonna say I gained a map, but
Oh.
no. Same.
I got what you said there. Ha ha ha.
Sometimes I can crack some jokes. But no, it seems like this is the most direct path, unless you fancy scaling some mountains.
I mean, you can do a lot of things. I don't know about this here magnificent horse that I'm on, though.
Probably not ideal. Even I know that, and I'm not a Laura.
I don't know if that's supposed to be an insult. And I'll just grin and ride back to Rasmus.
More like an insult on myself.
Good to know, thank you.
So, Rasmus, you see this conversation happen, and then you see Anaho kind of fall back toward you. His pony looking slightly more light of foot.
He'll just be listening, watching, feeling pain as if in a past life. But beyond that, he's just riding, really keeping an eye on these creatures because he's heard of them in the past and he doesn't like them.
They seem to have receded into the forest area here. In fact, I'll pull this back up on the screen. The howls. Thank you so much, Kristen. We appreciate that. You notice there seems to be, they've receded into the forest and behind the rocks, and while you hear them in the distance, there is no visible sign of these creatures anymore. And now the warm sun has bathed you in the dappled light of the trees, which are also covering with shallow areas these rocks, which are becoming higher and higher as you get into these hills. And the party here, as you can see, traveling in, I believe, the correct order. I may have had actually... Yep, I think I got that right. Henrietta, let me get her where she should be. There we go. Very important to have Henrietta in the right spot. And
She's up front.
and you see no more sign. Everyone roll D20, please.
I refuse. Well, that's a horrible roll to start off with.
It's a 10.
4. Yeah!
I rolled a 1 too! Baby! Yes, I
1.
I got 1s. Rory and I got 4s.
I got a 10.
All right. So
Maybe we're number 1.
Yes. That's why.
all right.
That's
So
exactly
to be clear, Rizia and Teleadir both had 1s, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
correct. Very correct.
Both of you, in simultaneous motion, you snap your heads to the left. You hear something rustling in the trees here to the left. In fact, I'll draw, not that, let me do this. So over here to the left, you hear something in these trees.
Rizzy, I guess, would be in the front, so she'd look back to see if anybody else had noticed the noise.
And you would see my head snapping to notice the noise as well.
Okay, Rizia will ride her horse hands free. Be like, listen, hey, did you hear that over there? Over there?
And Teleadir will look at Rizia for a moment. Oh, it depends. Oh, I gotta get my voice back. I'm sorry. Right.
Happens to all of us.
No. All right.
Where did you spend time? How come your accent is changed?
I've been reading a lot of books, and it depends. You want to grab me again?
Hence why I came here with my hands up.
All right, then I heard that. Yes, indeed.
So, you want to go check it out? How brave are you?
Right behind you.
Rizia will unmount her horse.
And Teleadir will do the same. And he will whisper into whisper into Baudel's ear. And Baudel will kind of fly above, kind of scanning the area.
So Bordell lofts, but even as he does so, I was going to ask Alora to make this roll, but since you've done this with Bordell, you see as he lofts up, dark clouds seem to move quickly on the horizon, as though a thunderstorm is coming. You notice this at the same time, Alora. There appear to be heavy clouds coming over, and you're watching the two of them move to the left side into the forest. Anyone else?
Rasmus. Oh, jeez. Rasmus sees them getting off, and he just kind of halts the horse at the back, and he'll begin to turn the horse kind of around in a half circle, about a 180, to kind of watch our 6.
Okay. All right. So, if you can see on the map here, you're watching down the pathway, or where are you looking? Where are you sort of watching?
Down the pathway, just making sure nothing's coming up on our 6.
Okay.
On that,
All right.
Everyone else can watch elsewhere.
All right. You watch carefully to the path. Naho, what are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, we've been in a predicament like this before, where someone misheard something, perhaps.
Hey, stop. No. Don't metagame. You don't know they rolled 1s. Do not do that.
I know that.
As far as you know, they heard something you didn't hear.
But I didn't hear it, which is my point. Is I didn't hear it. They did. I've been in a situation where,
All right, I'll allow that only as long as the next time one of them rolls a 20 and hears something you don't hear, you approach it the same way.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
All right.
I mean, and Rasmus is turning around, so kind of right next to him. So again, I'm still 10, 15 feet to his side. He turned around, and I'll turn around. Again, just cautionary stuff.
All right, Alora Henrietta trembles, and you've seen her do this before, almost as though trying to roost. She nestles between your legs and fluffs her feathers.
And Alora will just sort of pick her up and put her back in the satchel so that she's well covered. Where are you going?
Into the forest. Didn't you hear that sound, Alora?
No, but there is a storm ahead.
You didn't hear that sound?
I heard nothing. Other than the sound of thunder.
Rizzy will turn to Tellier. What I obviously would have seen your bird crow? Raven crow?
Raven.
The clouds come over the top, darkening the entire landscape. Where once was sunlight, now there's the shadow of clouds, the sun occluded behind these deep, dark clouds. Rain begins to pitter-patter and fall at a pretty heavy clip.
Did you send your raven out there?
He did.
Indeed. I sent her up to the sky to get a feeling for what is around us.
And she knows where you are, even if you move from your spot?
Indeed she does.
Alora says there's nothing here, and I trust her.
I need to know the emotional content of Baudel, because I can feel what Baudel feels.
Okay. So the first thing you feel is, Baudel is a brave bird. But as he lofts his wings pelted by heavy rain into lightning and thundering storm heads coming over top, you sense fear in him. Not fear of something particularly, sighted beyond the obvious weather and rain. That's all that's going to happen this round. Now, you can continue to allow him to move aloft and move around to see more, but that's all you see initially as he's moving into this storm.
All right, so then responding to Rizia. She seems to be a bit frightened up there. I'm not sure the specifics, mind you. I can only tell the feelings, but she does seem to be a bit bothered.
Maybe the storm?
Could be, but we've seen storms together.
As you talk together, the rain pelts down, your hair falling across your brow. Each of the leaves of the bushes around you heavily hit. You still hear the howling, but it seems to be more distant now.
Well, I trust Alora, and you've seen her talk to the trees. I don't really have much time to waste if it's nothing.
I'm following your lead right now.
All right. And she'll make her way back to her horse.
All right, we'll stop there before you do that. Elora, roll D20 for me, please.
Can it be another chicken? Somebody's on the top and they have a bit of
15?
18.
18. Oh, 18. Okay.
Is this perception?
Yeah, I know what your bonus is. So
it increased when I leveled. It's a 17 now.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, it wouldn't have mattered. So as you're looking around, you see Telliadir's raven loft high, and you hear the howling to the sides all around. But as you look ahead on the path while Rasmus looks behind, you see what looks like ahead, where you were moving toward. There is something which glints as the lightning flashes.
Do you see that, Rizia? There.
So I'm going to say Rizzy is not back here yet. So this is all sign. So if you look at the map here,
right.
Let me pull it up. So Rizia and Taldar are here. Telliadir, sorry. I miss Taldar so much. Telliadir and Rizia are here. Okay. So you have within earshot of you, you have Anaho, Rasmus here watching, as he said, the six, looking down the path. You see what looks like something like flash glinted here, and you can see it right there. It was right about there. You saw something glint in the last lightning strike.
Right. Then she would say that to what she said, thinking with her.
1 second, and I'll turn my pony around. What did I see? What?
There was a glint when the lightning flashed, like something was shining.
About how far? Was it close to the ground or up on the cliff?
Just on the path there. We would have passed the rocks.
Give me a moment.
Roll perception.
Very swiftly.
Or are you going to move? Okay.
dismount.
So you dismount. All right. What are you doing now?
And I'll work my way up to that area. Being cautious, watching, understanding that I'm around cliffs.
All right, so you can see here on the map, the glint was here on this side. You actually saw it too, as lightning flashed once more. You could see what looks like a spear or a sword, something metallic poking over this rock. Do you head to the right, close to the side, or opposite of where that is?
I will walk on the same side, very close to the cliff, watching on top of the other one as well as in front of me.
The rain pelts down, growing heavier and heavier. The storm picks up almost in supernatural fashion. It's really pounding down now as you press your back against the rocks. The lightning flashes in the sky. Now we come back to the rest of the party. Rasmus, what are you doing?
I was gonna say, so like he's keeping an eye on where Rizia, and are they still walking that way, or are they now coming back?
So this would be right before they turn back. So again, the sort of, even though it's not combat action, it's simultaneous. So this is all happening. You are already looking toward the south. The rain picks up. You can kind of see from the corner of your eye, Anaho is sneaking up. You can see that. That's fine. You don't have to roll for that. And then you see Taldar and Teliadir and Rizia are starting to move back toward the party.
Okay. Rasmus has his crossbow out. It is loaded, and he's just kind of keeping his eyes scanning the area, watching their six, but now seeing Anaho, he's gonna, with his left hand, kind of begin to turn his horse back down the path, but now perpendicular with the path, so he can see their 6 and see their 12. And so he can keep an eye on Anaho and then also down the path.
All right, so you're turning sort of in this fashion, so you can watch them and watch down the path, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, got it. Alora, as you watch Anaho sneak his way along the cliff, you see in moments he is sodden, his cloak clinging to his side. You have your crossbow out, Anaho, or?
Yes, because I can take shots at close range. So.
Yeah, but you do know the string can be impacted by heavy rain and water. So the functioning of the crossbow could be impacted by this rain. As Alora watches Anaho move to the side, you then also see Rizia and Teliadir moving back. Teliadir, now you have your raven lofting higher. Are you sending him in a particular direction? Obviously, the fear is there, but you see his vision is occluded. Hey, thank you so much, Tim. I appreciate that. I will take that.
No, he would, or she would come down. She would come down a little bit if vision is occluded, to kind of be within vision of me and be able to see the immediate surroundings around me.
That's fair. And obviously, typically, no bird of any type would really fly into a rainstorm. They will normally find cover, but this bird is brave. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me, Terry.
All right. That's a 17. That sounded like a lot of dice.
Your bird is heavy as it lands on your shoulder, but you have a sense of warning, of danger in that ravine where Anaho is headed. Like something was seen.
I'll say something to Rizia. All right, so where the little one is going up there, might be a bit of trouble.
Trouble. And she will just take out her great axe and double time it to Anaho. She's up there. Whoever's the closest to her.
Well, Alora's the closest, but you can see
then-
now when you come back this way.
One up.
This is the first time you notice Anaho. If you can look at the map on your screen, Anaho is all the way up here. He is traveling along the side of the rock. So you have only next to you Alora, the horses, and Rasmus watching the rear of the party, sort of tilted toward where you were. So watching the rear, left, and north.
Then Rizzy would just run up to Alora. Should we leave him by himself, or should I go up there with him? I didn't see what you guys saw.
There seems to be something there. Perhaps an ambush of some sort.
Then should we let him scout ahead, or should I go up there with him?
I think it would be best that we spread out and perhaps catch them before they catch us.
Okay. DM, what's around this area? Can I come around just to the side, to the right side?
All right, so if you're watching the map here,
Yep.
to the right side, this is the same direction that Anaho went, to the left side. So there's rocks to either side. As the rain pours down, now rivulets of water begin to pour down the road, the ground becoming more sodden. The lightning continues to flash. The thunder continues to roll. You can move to either side, left, right. So again, here, let me give you a top-down view. Maybe this will help. So this is where you were. Here, this is where you and Teliadir moved to investigate.
Okay.
And this is Rasmus here watching that direction and to the south where you came from. This is where Rizia and Elora are watching, and up here is where Anaho is sneaking along the rock wall.
Oh, I thought we were going the other way. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I should probably do this more often, this isometric
that's
view.
okay. Yeah. I see it now. I totally see it. I thought he was coming down this way.
No, he's going the other way. He's moving away from you. So you guys came from this direction. This is where Rasmus is watching. Anaho has moved forward to the north, following something that he saw.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll go to the left because there's more bush there, I think.
All right. So you move behind some brush, your legs slapping against wet leaves. You're becoming sodden as well, the braids of your hair growing heavy in the rain. And anyone else doing anything this round?
Yeah. With the increase of the rain, like you mentioned about the crossbow, but it just doesn't feel right, and the dagger, the crossbow will go away, and I'll pull out the dagger, holding it in my right hand.
All right. Are you continuing to move forward, or? All right. You're hanging close to the rocks, though, right? Okay. Make a stealth check for me, please.
John, how far away is Anaho from Teliadir?
Okay. Well, let's check that because we can so easily. Teliadir is here. Anaho, that's about 60 feet.
Oh, fantastic! Can I do something?
Of course you can.
All right.
Hold on.
I'll let Anaho do his thing first, though.
33.
33?
Yeah.
Anaho, as you're walking forward, you see that metallic object that was in front of you slides back and vanishes. But then you hear rustling to your left, and you see a creature with heavy hind legs runs behind this rock wall, and you hear the taut pull of a bowstring. Initiative.
Ooh, bum, 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 bum.
I think I have it, right? When me and Terry were fighting?
You, because Rizia...
You mean when you attacked me? Let's make sure we use the correct terminology.
Rizia rolled 2 6s.
And a 5, I think.
Yeah, Rizia rolled way better than
Yes.
Teledor.
Yes.
I
When
want
Rizia violently attacked Telly.
Oh,
she
love.
rolled very good.
Muffin. Didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
Oh.
Listen here, Rizia.
I did not throw you through portal. I merely stopped you. 5.
Good roll.
The DM has a literal 6. Can you see it on the die? Is it focused there?
6 out of here.
Can you see it? Wait, come on. All right. Thank you, all the chatters. We're recording all of these. I've got a +1 as a DM. I would love to get some more. Anaho, as you look to your left, you see this gnarled-looking creature emerge from the rock, standing 7 feet tall. It has a bow in one hand. It has a sword strapped upon its hip, and it looks like this. Hang on.
Heck yeah, it does. That looks great, John.
Okay, stop. Hey, it raises its maw, slavering from its jaws, and you hear this cackling. And the bow, boom.
I freaking love Knowles.
Music is getting a lot. That's because I actually fixed my volume on my end, so let me turn this down more.
John, you were just given a +1 by Pat66.
Oh, let's go, Pat. Thank you so much, my friend.
That's 66.
All right, that should be perfect right there. So if it's not, I don't know what to do. That should be really good.
Nat 20.
Now the roll.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby.
Is it still a bit loud still? It sounds still a bit loud, I think. Somebody tell me.
I can't hear you.
Stop it, Terry. That's not helpful. I'm asking the viewers. I don't care what you guys think. The bow.
You heard it here first.
Plus, hold on.
We didn't have any healing.
Remind me of your armor class.
17.
You're allowed to wield a crossbow.
That still feels a bit loud to me. How's it sound to the players? Again, the viewers rather. Let me know how that. It's okay to you, Miss Amanda. Okay, that's great.
John, you just got another +1 from Moose.
Oh, I love it. Bring it on. I think people are wanting to see book 2 end. That must be. That's all I can presume is that they are just.
Book 1.
Book 1.
Hey,
Book 1.
Well,
am I allowed to give?
Yeah, book 1, back to the ruins of Hamlet with everyone you know dead.
Rin didn't know any of those people.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to all of them.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
The second arrow. Oh, Anaho, you are deft and quick. As you see this creature come out, its bowstring is also wet. Crude bow, but massive arrows, black fletched, thick as your thumb in the shaft. They clatter, spark off the rock next to you and miss. Even as that happens, you see the other one that was hiding behind the rock leaps out from behind and charges you. That is going to be, let me check the measurement there. I think that's too far for it to get there. Let me test. Yeah, too far. So it rushes towards you. It will not get an attack this round. And let me see. Then you hear rustling in the trees. And you see others begin to pour out in front of you. Another with a bow to the right. And there is yet another to the left with a bow that clambers upon the rocks right on top of you. And there is one that clambers to the top of the rocks to the left. Let me show you all these. 1 second here. Get all this correct.
Also, John, you got another +1.
Another +1. Thank you, good people of Twitch. You are such kind-hearted folk.
All I ask is that Anaho makes it.
Oh, he will.
All right, Anaho. So here, this is what you see. So this is the one that shot at you. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get back to the. I'm not showing you correctly. Here you go. This is the one that shot at you. Here, there's another one that clambers atop the rocks as soon as this ambush takes place. There's another that comes from the right here, and this is the one clambering and rushing towards you, slavering, its blade glistening in the thunder and the lightning, and it's got chains about its shield. Its fangs, like 3 inches long, slavering maw, bearing down on you. Extremely frightening. Very, very frightening, please. Now, party, what do you do?
Who's going first?
Well, let's start with you, Anaho, because you're in trouble.
Sounds good. I'll shout back real quickly. Mind their bows, but they're wet. They're hindered. I'll take. It looks like I'm probably within 10 feet, 5 feet. How close is that knoll to me?
Well, no. So this is simultaneous action. He's actually rushing towards you, thundering across the turf, spraying mud. He's now where his claws are scraping across the rock. We'll call him at this point 10 feet away from you.
Okay. As this 7-foot knoll is rushing towards this 2'11" halfling, I will take my dagger, and instead of holding it in a forward motion, I'll flip it in my hand, ready to bring it down upon him. As I rush towards the knoll, and I crouch even slightly lower than I already am, I'll start to think back to when I was with Rasmus. And I'll start to think back to when I used the ring. And I'll start to think back about the water. And how the water is dripping all over me. And the water is covering me. And the water is on my face. And the water is on my nose. And it's on my mouth. And there's the flashes of the lightning, like the flashes in the caves, as my left hand will jolt forward. And an immense emotion of anger and fear will penetrate my soul. And I will use the ring of rams against the knoll.
Let's go! The first time! Well done. All right, so let me pull that up because I haven't looked at it in a while. It's an old school item, gained many sessions ago. Here. So as you do this, you hold out your hand, and the ring glows with a warm, ambient sort of orangish light. And as it does, you see a pair of curled horns, illusory clearly, but somehow having some substance to them. And they tremble a moment, curl back towards you, and then they thrust forward toward the creature. And so 1d6 of damage. So you feel you have the choice, and you realize as you're doing this for the first time, you have a limited number of uses in this. And you can choose how much power, and I'm going to avoid my favorite word. I could use it, but I won't. How much power you're putting into this ring as you use it. You can expend 1, 2, or 3 charges.
And I wouldn't. Would it be fair to say I wouldn't quite know what the outcome of that is? Just assuming that there's more oomph.
No, you just know it's gonna create more damage, more force. But you don't really know how much is even left in this ring. You feel from what you had already had divined, it's fairly full of power, but you don't know exactly how much. But you know if you choose 1, 2, or 3 charges, that depletes it more.
Okay. Well, considering where I currently am, with the rain and the water and everything I described, and rushing up on this particular creature, I will... All of it. It's all Anything that ring has in it will be.
Well, you can only do up to 3, so
Yeah, so
you're going to use 3 charges maximum.
Yep.
So you strike it with 3 charges. As you do so, you see those curled ram horns. They fly forward, immense power. They strike the creature and. It is blasted back, falls to the ground. Its entrails fall out, and it quivers beneath the power of the ring and collapses to the ground. Now we go back to the party. Rizia, you see this happening. What do you do?
He's actually very impressed, considering Anaho's history.
Yeah, it's very odd. You see that it's like he holds out his hand, and suddenly it's like the head of a ram, these curled horns, and it slams into this knoll. As it strikes it, it collapses the chest. You see viscera pop out from its mouth. Its chest is crushed. It flies back, and then just gurgles, twitching in the rain.
So, Rizia will rage first, and then she will. Can she make it there in time to attack as well, or no?
Let's see here. You are. No, that's going to be 50 feet, so you can't get to that creature if that's the one you're going for. There's another one here, and you can also see one atop here. That one's 27 feet, but you'd have to scale. So you could use a missile attack of some kind, but you can't get melee to any of these this round.
I'm a barbarian. She will then just double time it, I guess, just to get up to Anaho-ish, kind of closer to that area.
All right, so you're moving
Not
toward
right beside him, but like down, like
the middle of the path.
Side a little bit.
Okay, so you're moved to the middle of the path here, right beside him.
And she's like running up towards Anaho. She's literally gonna be like, "You had this the whole time." End turn. Well, I'm more against the wall. I don't want to be like.
Oh, so you stay to this wall here?
Yeah. Because I don't want to be like under the archer there.
Gotcha.
Please.
So you're kind of staying underneath the archer as you shout out to him. You had this the whole time. I love it. Okay, Elora.
All right, so Elora, seeing these creatures sort of emerging from everywhere, she's going to fall back a bit and whisper to Henrietta, "Hold on tight," and she's going to wild shape.
You hear her trembling,
and she's going to take the form of a wolf. So her whole body begins to sprout fur all over, dark brown fur, and her face elongates into this snout, and she falls down onto her hands that are now her paws, and she begins to kind of almost stalk this creature that's up on the rocks. She's trying to move as stealthily as possible, and use the rest of her move for movement.
Okay, I'm gonna come back to you in a moment because I want to resolve this. So don't let me forget. So you go through this transformation, well described. As you land on your paws, it is impossible for you to not let out a howl. Please. Oh, your mic clipped out. Oh, it looks so good, but your mic clipped out. Fantastic. Now, before we'll come back to you, Telliadir, your raven, sopping wet, lands upon your shoulder, pecks your neck. What do you do? You see Elora falling to her. I think of Werewolf in London. If you guys have ever like she's falling to the ground. Fur starts coming, fangs, ears popping up.
And can I see the top-down view again?
Uh-huh. So let me scroll up here so you can see. So this is the top-down, and this is where up here you have Anaho hiding by these rocks. This is the creature he just felled with the ring. Here we have Rizia hiding. We have an archer coming across the top here. We have another archer here, and we have another archer here running forward. This is where Rizia has now just transformed. The horses immediately spooked. They don't run away. They're well trained, but they sort of move toward the foliage if they're not governed. And here you have Rasmus, who was in the back of the party. He was watching the path here and the direction here where you were before.
So do you see the all of the bushes north of that horse?
This horse right here?
So that's me. And click on the horse north of me.
This one, right?
Yep. And then the bushes up north of it.
Yeah, right. So I'm shedding a light.
They're right up against the rocks.
Okay, right. So you're going to run right up here next to these rocks?
Yeah, I'm going to take some cover in those.
Okay. You run up and you take cover in those bushes. And as you do so, the ground's so sodden now, your boots, as you rush forward, the storm is growing and raging even stronger. It's powerful how hard this rain is coming down. The lightning flashes. You hear the screams of the horses. You feel Bordell trembling against your neck. Rasmus, what are you doing?
That's a wonderful question, sir. Rasmus having his crossbow. I'm trying to read through my different judgment things. Yeah, he's honestly just seeing everyone do all these different really cool things. He's just like, I've got a crossbow. That's
oh, come on, yeah.
Gonna kind of lift up the crossbow at the one on the ridge that he can see a really clear line of sight on, and he's just going to. I'm trying to find the one that's a +1 to attack roll.
All right, and so to be clear, if you can see here on the screen, you're looking at this one. He's about 70 feet away. Which you can fire your crossbow, but again, in the rain, that distance, it's not a super difficult shot, but it will be hindered at this distance in rain.
Yeah, but yeah.
Do you want to move forward a bit, or?
Sure.
Or like you see there's
forward as I can move while still getting a shot off.
All right, and again, I'm not guiding you. I'm just asking you. So you could move forward here into this sort of valley or ravine, or you could move up along the rocks here. You see, there's a pretty easy sort of 5 foot. It's almost like a stair step. This must be how they got up there as well. So you could move here and begin to move up this, or you can continue in the path the rest of the party is going.
I'll start moving up the rocks, but I'll move as far as I can while still being able to fire my crossbow at that knoll.
Okay. Well, that's going to be a limit of 15 feet. Okay. I'm going to put you climb up these rocks. That's good enough right there. All right. So we're going to have you go up here. You clamber up the wet rocks. Go ahead and please just roll a dex check or a reflex. Let's call it a reflex save, which would be like a DC 10. It's not hard. You're just clambering.
18 on the die.
Yeah, so you're fine. So you clamber up these wet rocks. Your boots find purchase. You pivot and turn toward this knoll atop the rocks there. And let's measure the distance again now that you're here. And you've moved it from, it's still the same. Yeah, you basically moved sort of equidistant. But go ahead and roll to hit.
And he's going to, with his swift action, put his. He pretty much calls Rasputin and his inner energies to the bow as he's going to use his judgment for that of justice. So he has +1 on attack rolls. Oh, come on. 13 to hit.
13. And then let me do the adjustment. Make sure check this for rain.
No, sorry, 12.
12 the total?
Yeah.
No. As you fire, the string has already been wetted. You see the bolt arcs, clatters against the rocks and does not hit.
Okay.
But you're up on these rocks now. All right, we go to the enemies. There are several things that happen at once. This one already had a shot watching Anaho. So let me go again. Top. It seems like the top down is easier for my players to see, so I'll do that. So this one here atop the rocks is firing down over the top of Rizia, because he doesn't really see Rizia. She's hidden on these rocks. And he fires. That misses. And using his bow, a second attack. No. Both clatter against the rocks. Anaho is a small target, and also their bows are doused in water, so both attacks miss. This one drops its bow and rushes toward Rizia, seeing her along these rocks, because you guys are on a clear parallel path. Let me see the distance. I believe he's going to get there. Yeah, he's right at that. So he rushes forward, slavering, and...
Can we get the map, please?
Sorry, do what?
Can we get the map on there so we can see?
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, please, thank you.
There you go. My bad. So here, this is the one that just fired and missed Anaho. This is the one rushing forward towards you, its feet clambering along the rocks. It's the first one, actually the second one that Anaho saw. It dropped its crossbow, pulled out a wicked-looking spear, and rushes toward you, Rizia. And... oh my goodness, I am rolling like buns tonight. You easily bat the pole arm away.
I was like, is that good or bad?
It's well, I mean, I want at least a couple of hits. I mean, I'm sucking right now.
Sucking?
You bat it away. It does no damage. This one rushes toward Anaho. It will not get to you in time to attack, but you see it leaps forward, steps upon this rock. Now it's at point blank range, and the bow is pointed right toward Anaho's head. There's no way it's going to miss Anaho. It is so close, but the attack does not come this round. Now, that's not the most interesting thing that happens this round. The most interesting thing that happens, and let me pull this back up so you can see. Hang on here. I should have been showing you the screen. So Anaho, this is the one that is leapt atop the rock and is now bearing down on you with the bow here. And for bearings, let me scroll back out so you can see the broader map. This is where they started. This is where the party was. So back here, where we have Elora Wolf, and where we have Teleadir hiding in the bushes and the horses scattering, you hear a rustling in the bushes. And two more come running out from behind. One that carries some strange thing on its back and a staff. The other with a huge blade. And this was this interesting thing about the way this combat played out. And I did not do this intentionally, well, except for the fact that you rolled a 1 on the perception check, which made you think there was something to the left. You remember that? So you both looked here. There was nothing here. The ambush from the back was to the right side. And then when I mentioned several times Rasmus was looking, he was looking to the south and toward where you guys were. The actual hammer, if you will, of the ambush was coming from this side. They come crashing out of the bushes. This one will take time to get there, but this one with the staff takes a few steps out, raises a hand toward Rasmus, and you see these orange bolts come flying out of its hand, and no saving throw.
Should have gone for protection.
You take, hang on here, 10 points of damage as these orangish bolts, they sting, instantly wounding and cauterizing. No blood, no bleeding, just this magical damage that slams into your body. And then you hear the snarling and the strength as they rush forward. And we go now to initiative.
Me again, right?
No, you
No,
lost.
you lost.
Oh, no, I lost. Oh, Anaho.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, you're dude.
Try.
We'll get it.
Me, right?
Wait,
sorry.
Anaho's rolling.
That's why I tried to take it.
1. 1.
Is it really a 1? A 3? All right. Here, I'll roll on, let me pull it up here on the screen.
That's higher than I thought you would get, so I'm impressed.
All right, so I'm going to roll a d6 here on Tailspire. And you guys can watch this and see it.
average.
Hey, my meat's average too.
That's a 6 on the die. The DM
Well played.
the DM has initiative. All right. Anaho, you here. And again, let me pull this. So you can see the whole map now. So we have pulling this up. Let me switch it around. So this is the direction that you came from. I'm probably giving you guys vertigo here. You are coming this direction up the road. Here is Allura now in wolf form. You guys see that here? And we're going to start using Nightbot, like I meant, OBS Ninja, so you guys can see this in real time as players. And we'll fix this, because I know that 2-second delay is very confusing. We'll fix that. Then Rasmus over here on this rock. And he was kind of climbing up here to chase this archer. But now he's taken those 3 bolts from this. This is the magic casting dog-looking creature that came from behind. This is the sword-wielding creature rushing toward... let me see, actually. He is rushing toward... He's rushing toward the horse. He's looking for anything that he can eat. So he's now rushing toward this horse. Up here, we have Anaho with a bowman literally 10 feet away, an arrow in his face. And then we have Rizia here engaged in martial combat tete-a-tete with this one. And then we have the additional bowman atop. All right, here we go. Let's start with you, Anaho. That's a hit. That's a miss. So the first one pulls back, boom, a heavy arrow, thick again as your thumb in shaft, black fletch, 7 points of damage. Hits your left shoulder, pierces, knocks you back. You inhale, it pulls back the other one. You're staring down the barrel of this, but its fingers slip in the rain. And that arrow goes astray and up around you. Now you, Rizia, this one bearing down, snarling in your face. And it takes this sword, swings down.
Roll like poop.
Misses, bounces off of your breastplate. This one atop here, also training on Anaho, as that's the first one that saw him. And your updated armor class, Anaho. The others were not close. I want to make sure this was close. I want to make sure I'm.
Say that again. What was your question?
Your updated armor class, your current AC, 15. 17. Okay. Whoosh. You hear the arrow slam off the wall, doing no damage. Here, the mage steps forward, looks again at Rasmus, which is just hit, and utters a guttural I need you to make a will save. That's a will save DC 14. Not too bad.
My rolls. Okay, was it will? Okay, I've got a good save for will. It's a 14. That'll be a 19.
All right. You feel a bit of somnolence, a slumber hit you, and then you no, not now. You hear in your ear, the voice of Rasputin, who Rasputin, interestingly, as you've already noted, when he's out of your body sounds different, but inside he says,
"Careful, be cautious. He tries to make you slumber."
This one rushes to the horse and chops the blade toward the horse's throat.
Come on, horse dodge. Come on,
That
horse.
is a hit.
Oh. Is this the war horse or my horse?
He pulls the blade across. You hear the horse cry out. Blood gurgles from its neck, and it slumps to the ground, kicking, and the horse is slain. Now we go to the party. Let's start with you, Anaho. Actually, you know what? We are at 6:30. Let's go to break, and we'll be back from the break. We have a giveaway tonight that we have, and I'm so excited about this giveaway. Did I just burp in the microphone? I'm so sorry if I did. We have this giveaway tonight. It is one of the dinosaurs from Manda. Mystical Unicorn painting completed with adoption papers. This will be one giveaway tonight, and depending on how we do on the back half of the stream, we may have more. So stay with us here at Blue Box. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We appreciate all of you, our players, our viewers, and Blue Box will be right back. Just in time for the break, that's right.
Josh, dang.
Hey, sorry, I should have turned off the rain during the break. My bad. Thanks, everyone, for being with us, and we got a couple more minutes left on break. Mark Views, a year already as a sub. Congrats. Thank you so much. Looking back at the chat, I might have missed some of it here early. Hola as well, 170. Yeah, I already mentioned that. Scott, thank you and congrats on your win on Sunday. The dinos, yeah, I don't know. I've been cursed by them now. Hey, Jerry, good to see you as well. Amanda, they are so gorgeous. Everyone loves them. Blame it on the rain. The stream, I think we'll go probably a little past 7:30 Eastern, or Central rather. So we probably got at least an hour. I can't always remember if it's Vivi's short or long night, but an hour and 15 to an hour and 30 would be coming after the break, most likely.
So I've been doing a little bit reading, John. And it looks like. So I kept asking because I wasn't sure if it was different for this edition or 5e or whatever. But for sneak attack, anything that would impose if they're not allowed to make a dex save or flanking, impose sneak attack.
Correct. And typically you think flanking, and flanking where the way I play it is not seeing you, which is why they couldn't use a dex bonus. So if they have no idea, or if for some other reason, like if you're coming from behind or from the side and they've been paralyzed, they have any other reason their feet are stuck in concrete, then they don't have that dex bonus, you can get a sneak attack.
So flanking isn't the literal term of flanking, it's hidden?
Well, essentially, flanking becomes hidden because when you're flanking something, they typically don't see you. In 1E, it was hidden. You would be hiding, but we've become a little more generous with that in future editions. So, but yes, it must be. So you can't sneak attack something in my games where it clearly sees you coming. Now,
so like in 5E, I get that it's not that generous, but in 5E, person in front, person behind. Is that still, in your view, not seen because you're behind them?
Yeah, I mean
specifically behind, right? Because
yes.
in your scenario,
because likely that creature is engaged with whatever's in front of them. So by definition, then it's a sneak attack because it can't see what you're doing. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, and we're just waiting on Josh and wondering what delectable treat. I can tell what delectable treat Evelyn has. I can see what Terry has. I'm wondering what Vivi has.
You muted.
Nice.
I have stir fry.
Mm.
It has like broccoli and like carrots and like noodles and shrimp. Like delicious.
Good on you. Good on you.
Actually, I made stir fry yesterday, but then my mom also brought stir fry for me, so I'm eating hers because I like hers better.
Well,
Mine is good, but it's just like comfort food.
No, when it's mom's, it's always good, right?
Yeah.
We'll just wait another moment or so, waiting for Josh, and also to let Vivi enjoy her dinner. Thanks for joining us tonight, all of you. You old rock.
Ooh, cashew chicken, yummy.
You know, if Josh isn't back in time, it could be the Gnoll's turn to attack him, skip his turn, attack him again, and he can come back to another dead character.
That could be. Yeah, that would work.
That's what you get for not being on time.
While we're waiting,
if that was the case, then I should be dead. I was definitely not on time. R.I.P. guys.
Vivi, remind us: is this your short night, long night? I'm so out of sync. I can't remember.
It's my short night.
All right, gotcha. All right, no worries. So we will be going for a little over an hour now, group.
Yep.
Give her plenty of time to do what needs to be done. I mean, need is such a relative term. I'm not sure it need be done, but what she decides to do.
What kind of pizza is your favorite pizza? Like, if you're ordering pizza, what toppings are you putting on it? For sure, hands down. Everyone's chewy. Ew! You're full of shit.
Pepperoni.
Not anchovies.
Pepperoni, sausage, and sautéed onions.
My favorite
Good
is
mix.
chicken, onion, green pepper, pineapple, and replace the red sauce with Alfredo sauce.
Oh, damn. That sounds good. Hang on a tick. I'm
So
going to
good.
write that down.
Hey, Sam, haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you on the stream tonight. Thanks for joining
I
us.
always split, so
Okay. Alfredo sauce with chicken and did you say green pep?
green peppers, onion, and
And
pineapple.
sub Alfredo. Oh, and pineapple. Green pepper. Sorry, I missed the other one. Chicken, green pepper. Oh, onion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Rory, not anchovies. What is your... Ooh, bacon bits with pineapple and barbecue sauce is delicious. And ham? Yeah, that's the way to go. Ham, onion, olive. Olive! Jalapeno and pineapple. That sounds good too.
I mean, pretty much all
What
of
did
that.
we do with Josh?
No, but like if you are ordering one pizza only, you're really craving pizza and you're only getting one pizza. What topping? Unlimited toppings. What are you putting on it? Go. You don't get to choose. Like you just
I
get
don't
to
know.
choose.
I guess my go-to boring one, be it boring because I always go to it,
That's fine.
would be Canadian bacon and pineapple.
Oh, so ham and pineapple.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Ish, yeah, but bacon. Yeah. Terry.
Cheap and edible.
7-Eleven does it too, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Josh, What's your favorite?
All right, go ahead, because I want to jump back into it because I have limited time, but go ahead, Vivi.
Go ahead, Josh, quickly. Hurry up. What's your favorite pizza? If you're ordering pizza, you only get one pizza, unlimited toppings. What are you ordering? And you're craving pizza. You haven't had it in like 6 months.
If I haven't had it in 6 months and I've been doing really good working out, it's usually just a Little Caesars extra
course it is.
mostasis pepperoni with cheesy stuffed crust.
Gross.
3,500 calories in one pizza.
Nice.
All right. Party. We resume the combat. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We do have the giveaway I announced right before the break, which is one of these handmade... Whoops, what did I do there? Handmade dinos from Mystical Unicorn. Manda, thank you so much. And they include
Pants.
the adoption papers. And we also have some other giveaways tonight we may do, depending on how the back half of the stream goes. And thank you so much for all of your help. The party is straight in the center of combat. Let's get back to it. All right, so you have the creatures which have attacked. You have just had Rasmus resist the spell. The horse was slain and slaughtered, and now we go to the party. Let's start with you, Rizia. You are face to face with this creature. What do you do?
I am enraged. I also have power attack, and my new feat that I have is cleave. So if I do hit him, I can hit him twice.
Well, no. So the way cleave works is if you kill a creature and there's another
if I
creature
kill a creature, I
adjacent,
can hit him again?
you get an attack on an adjacent creature. Yes.
Oh yeah, sorry. The brief description just said make an additional attack if the first one hits. That's the only.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what version that is, but no. So the way this works is, and it's an awesome feat.
Okay.
But so if you kill a creature with your attack, you get an attack on an adjacent creature if there is one within reach.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So it says you can strike 2 adjacent foes in a single swing.
Exactly.
Makes
Yep.
sense.
Yep.
Okay. The brief description did not make that much sense, but that's okay. Then
No
I
worries.
shall still attack with my great axe.
All right, roll to hit.
And power attack. Which do I want?
Love these Hero Forge minis.
Not
They
you,
look so
apparently.
good.
Jumped out of my hand. 11 plus. Where's my plus 9?
Oh, definitely a hit.
Could be
Yes.
20.
Yeah, definitely a hit. Roll damage.
Okay. 7 plus 15.
22 points of damage.
Yes.
Describe it for me, please. As the thunder pounds, lightning flashes overhead. Tell us what that looks like.
Rain pouring down, field of vision is kind of askew. Rizia moves to attack. As he swings his shield out, creating an opening, Rizia uses that as an attack of opportunity, comes down and hits him right dead center in the chest. Just like straight across, like blunt force into the chest. His guts can spew, heart falling to the ground, still beating. As she steps on it, it's kidding, no.
As you say, like the rain mingles with the blood, creating this faint pink liquid leaking from his body, flowing in these rivulets down the road. But you still hear the draw of a bow above you. And let's go to Anaho. Anaho, you felt that sort of pulse from the ring, and then thunk, you took the arrow to the shoulder, and now you see this creature still stands above you, pulling back the sodden bowstring one more time with one of these massive fletched arrows. You're muted, but it looked really emotive.
Understanding my size and how difficult it is to hit things that are really close compared to further away, and the rage and overtaking of initiating that ring in this particular moment. And he, again, 7 feet tall, quite tall.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, and also on top of a rock, so he's a good 9 feet at the peak now. You can see here, this should be a pretty... So you got the body in front of you, the one you crushed with the ring, its entrails spilling out. This one's standing atop the rock, bearing down atop you with that. Isn't that a slick-looking... God, that looks so cool. Look at that thing. That is wicked. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. But yeah, it's pulling that bow back right at you.
Okay. Would I have the room? What I'd like to do is run up, now realizing he's on a rock and not on... Well, yeah, I'd like to slide through or between his legs and go slip behind him, so I'm not in front of his bow at the moment, and fire off my crossbow in his back.
All right, so I would say the key problem here, and it's not an insurmountable problem, it's just a difficult, is you have the body of the one you've already killed between you and that creature. Yep. So, its legs are right up against the rock. You can see here, let me pull up the light, legs right up against the rock here. It's right in the path. The creature is standing atop this rock here. So are you trying to slide yourself sort of along the rock between its legs, leap over it, run around it? What are you doing?
Yeah, okay. So with that kind of new look at it, could I go over the legs, swiftly moving to the side of the bow, to the side of the knoll?
Left or right? So are you to your left or to your right?
My right.
All right, so you're going along the rock. Yep.
Real tight along the rock.
Okay.
Swiftly moving right to the right-hand side along between the knoll and the cliff. Pivoting and firing my crossbow.
All right, so I think that's fine. But go ahead and that's a difficult maneuver in the rain. Not only the rain, the blood is slicking. There are entrails that are pouring out here where you blasted the chest open of this creature. So we're going to call this a reflex save, DC 17. Should not be that difficult for Anaho.
Maybe not Anaho, but maybe me.
You leap up, slipping across the rocks.
11.
So you're not going to trip and fall with that, but no, as you clamber up, there's too much blood, too much gore, too much rain. Well, I didn't mean to flip this creature around; it was accidental. Too much blood, too much gore, too much rain. You leap on the rock, you slip back. You have not lost your attack. If you want to throw something, do something, or if you want to use the rest of your round for movement, you can. But you were not able to get up onto that rock and slip behind it on this round.
Yeah, I mean, I'll still take a shot at it.
So I think you'd put the crossbow away.
I'll throw my dagger at it.
Okay, go ahead.
What do I roll for that?
Daggers are a D4 in damage, but still a D20. It'd be plus your to hit bonus and your dex bonus.
So my...
So your base attack bonus, your what level?
5th, so it's my base attack is a +5.
Okay.
And my what?
Your dex?
Is it 2?
All right, so it's +7.
So 10.
Oh, you rolled a 3?
Yeah.
Okay. You pull out that dagger quickly. You slip back, hastily pull it out from the sheath. As you fling it again, it also slicked with rain flies out of your hand and clatters against the rock wall, doing no damage. Let's come back to you, Alora. You hear and smell the blood of the horse behind you. You were the first. You pivoted even before they came out of the bushes. You smelled them. So you have the choice. You can go in either direction, but you are fully aware of what's happening behind you.
I want the one that killed the horse.
That makes sense. And as a wolf, that distance, yeah, easily. So you bound across the wet rocks and the brush, and the creature is actually not even paying attention to you. So this will be a surprise attack. It's now, I didn't mean to kill the horse. I should have left it there and knocked it over. I'll just bring this one over here for now, and I'll replace him later, but he is... There's your dead horse. So he is...
As you click, and you can hold Control-C and then Control-V, and you automatically make another horse.
Spawn another one, yeah. I'll do that in a second. So he leans over, and he is actually paying no attention to what's going around. You see his jaw. He rips out part of the horse's throat. Roll to hit.
Okay, yep. That is a 22 to hit.
Oh, yeah, I think that hits. Yeah.
Okay. And then that's a bite attack. So let me double check what the bite is. Okay. So then that's 5 points of damage.
All right. You grab hold of the calf right below the knee. You crunch in. You hear the creature howl. It pulls its maw up, lapped in blood, covered in gore, and it turns to you and pulls its axe back. Now let's go to you, Rasmus.
Rasmus now looking back, having just seen, and I'm pretty sure that was his horse murdered.
Yes, it was.
He is pissed. He begins walking back that way, and after hearing Rasputin's voice, he will just be like, looking towards the mage. His right eye starts to fleck with reds and oranges, as he's going to send Rasputin outward to fully envelop the mage.
All right.
As he's going to cast Touch of Combustion through Rasputin to burn this mother trucker alive.
All right. So let me see here.
Yeah,
this would not be noticed by Rizia. Would probably not be noticed by Teleadir, who is more Teleadir, go ahead and roll d20, please.
You're muted.
I rolled a 16. Am I adding anything?
-5.
No, your perception. Sorry, I was doing a perception check.
Oh, my perception.
Minus-
My perception is +10, so that would be
Minus-
26.
All right, so you actually you do see this. You're looking at what's happening here. If you're looking at your screen, I'll pull this back up in the isometric view.
Drops his weapon, runs over with his pen and paper.
You're watching what's happening here. You see a Naho leap up on the rock, trying to slip by, falls back in absolute. Pitifully worthless effort, impotent at best, tries to throw that dagger. It slips out of his hand, clatters against the wall. You see Rizia slam her axe right in the chest, felling that one. You see this one atop the rock fire the arrow there and miss. But what catches your eye is the movement of Rasmus, even as Elora Wolf rushes toward this knoll, sinks her teeth in. Rasmus steps forward, and suddenly you see this, and this black, shadowy creature pulls itself from his body, almost like a. And as it pops out, it stands about 8 feet tall. And it moves forward with incredible speed, sprints toward this mage, and go ahead, and you're casting what spell again?
Touch of combustion, and I want it to almost look like as Rasputin, this shadow just comes out and envelops this mage as almost like sorry for another anachronism, but like a bomb cover, like that of oh gosh, I don't know which D20 to trust. Vivi, blue or starlight?
Starlight.
Okay, that should be that's a touch attack.
Get him, he killed your horse.
I don't know how to do this. You make a melee touch attack.
Yeah, so you rolled a hit.
Yes.
But a touch it bypasses armor, right? So there's no armor bonus. It's just dex and any others, but basic like benefits.
So,
go ahead.
Sorry, would I just be adding my strength to this, or would I be adding my just base attack bonus?
So typically a touch attack would include strength, but this is not your strength. This is Rasputin. So just roll. Give me the roll. I'll apply some modifiers, and I'll tell you what happens.
Okay, that's an 11.
11.
Yep.
Okay, hang on. Again, because this is not a melee attack, it's a touch attack. Yep. I've got to pull back up the... I think that might hit. Let me just double check here.
I do all of my dice curses.
So yes, that is a hit. That is just so I have on this one an AC of 15, but armor, and even though it's a spellcaster, it is carrying a shield and a bit of armor. It's a different sort of spellcaster, and without the benefit of those things, it has only a +1 to dex, which the 10 + 1 creates 11. Therefore, you hit.
For me, I also need it to make a reflex save.
Yep. And what is your DC?
Fire.
So Rasputin runs up. You see his ebony arms envelop the mage as they wrap around. Teleodir watching all of this happen. Let me roll and see if the DC is even close, and then... Yeah, I need to know what it is. What's the DC?
The DC is 14.
14. I have a total of 13. So roll damage, please.
Oh gosh, I can't get my D6 out of this. That is going to be 1 point of fire damage from that, but it is now on fire and will take damage each round. It's also raining, so...
Yeah, all right. So it's raining, it's doused. It looked better than it actually did. And I think that covers the entire round. Quickly, initiative.
I did nothing that round.
Oh, I'm sorry, Teleodir, I skipped you. I know I did. My bad. Go ahead.
Telliadir is going to pull out his notebook. I can't believe Vivi read my friggin' mind on this.
Oh my god.
Hey, Johnny D. Sorry,
He's
guys.
actually going to do two things. He's going to first quickly see if he has any information about the creatures that are surrounding them in his book.
So do a knowledge. Where are my stupid Pathfinder sheets? Here, I have some somewhere.
There we go. Oh, this is stupid.
All right, so we're going to do. Let's do knowledge. Natural.
Nature, that'll be a 17.
Yeah, you know these to be gnolls, creatures which consort with hyenas and wolves, humanoid in nature, chaotic and evil.
And then he will take some notes on what he's witnessed so far.
Very nice. Initiative.
We lost last time.
So it's Alora. Come
That's
on.
a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
All right, let's see what we got here on the DM die. Oh, another 6.
Oh,
You can see it up on the screen there.
see it. It's
All right. So
He's been paying people off at
let's roll again. I'll go first this time. Or we go see it at the same time. All right, 4. Okay,
Oh my God.
let's roll again.
You two are ridiculous.
And oh my God,
He did not. He just rolled a 6 again, didn't he?
he did. He rolled another 6.
Did he roll?
Yeah, I rolled another 6.
You know why? 'Cause he was rolling with his physical dice, and he was rolling poopy and then.
I know. I went to the Tailspire dice and do much better. Like Josh said, I'm all right. Rory, let's start with you. You're in a bad spot, bro. If you watch Tim's video, actually point blank firing is very possible with bows and can be extremely deadly. Now, it can also be nerve-wracking, but this creature towering over you does not see much threat, has already put a massive arrow in your shoulder, and is quite confident. Massive longbow. And let's just, since I've got this up, we'll just start. I'll do all my rolls on here just because it's fun to watch. And so there's the D20, and the roll is. Oh!
That one.
That is not good. A nat 1. All right, so it's
I love how we're
definitely gonna miss. Let's see if it fumbles.
Okay, come on, fumble.
Do we confirm? Whoops, oops, I did 2
Shoot
D20.
yourself.
No, ignore these. Actually, I did 2. These don't count. They don't count. Let me clear those. All right, so do 1 D20. There we go. And the roll is. Oh!
A 20.
Oh!
No.
Another nat 1.
I did 2 straight nat 1s. All right, that is a critical fumble. That means plus 20 on the percentile die.
Suck it.
On the fumble, this is what you get firing a bow in the rain.
Yeah.
All right, so I have here my missile weapon fumble tables. This is from the original Middle-earth role-playing. Yes, this has been oft-used. You guys have seen me dangle this tattered sheet many times. All my crits come from the nifty, ever-mysterious Tim crit tables, but my fumbles come from these. And hey, I'm doing well, Johnny. Thank you. Well, I was doing well.
Disintegrate.
Now I'm rolling percentile dice here, and let's see what this is.
Oh my
Wait,
God,
crit.
oh my God.
Wait, get rid of one. How do I cancel one out once I've actually done an accident? Oh, there we go. Got it. I didn't know you could do that. That's cool. All right, let's figure that out. So here we go. The percentile die roll is a not too bad, a 16.
Boo.
No, a 19.
Was it 19?
19.
Oh, 19. All right. Let me see here. These are so tiny.
20. So 84.
All right. One's 10 thumbs can simply not handle loading, lose the rest of this round. So it gets no second shot. It fumbles with the arrow, goes off, drops its bow briefly, bends over. I'm going to give it a -2 to AC when it comes to your attack. And now we go to this one atop the rock, standing above Rizia.
No, thank you.
But it's not really looking at you. It's still looking at Anaho because he's like you're under this overhang. Hard for you to be seen. Anaho is easily seen here. So let's roll here. Let me go back to this.
Another nat one. Come on.
Let's see.
Come on.
Let's see. I like rolling this where everybody can see it. These are fun.
Non-touchable man.
It just
That
it's
is
always
a
like a
hit.
1 second delay, so we're always trying to read what John's reaction.
Yeah, I know. We'll fix it.
Yay!
That is a hit.
How are you seeing this so fast, John?
Me? I've just got good internet, and John and I are actually on FaceTime at the moment.
The first is true, the second is not. And this is going to be a +1 to this roll. Thunk! Another huge arrow sticks in Anaho's side, 6 points of damage.
Anaho, you doing good? Anaho? Okay.
Still up.
Okay.
All right. All right. Let's go to
That I am not.
this combat here between this Knoll and Alora. Alora, you have a hold of its thigh. I'm going to give it a -1 to hit because I gave you a grapple effect I rolled for. You have a good hold on it. And it swings down, chopping. Wait, again, let me pull up the die.
Inner or outer thigh?
I'm hungry.
And your wolf form,
+1.
your wolf form armor class is.
That was a nat 20.
Let
So
me double
scared.
check because I have the list up on the side.
Yeah.
Hold on. 'Cause I
So
look.
scared.
The beast-shaped list is very long.
And I was giving it a -1.
14.
It has a natural. It's plunging a spear down, which is a. Yeah. As it comes down with the spear, you shake, and the spear thunk, hits the ground next to you, does not hit. Now we go to this one, which is wrapped up with Rasputin rather, and it's going to have to make a concentration check. So let me roll that. Oh my gosh! It tries to fire off a spell, but as the fire is burning and Rasputin is wrapping its arms around, you see the creature struggles. It does not get the spell off, and that concludes their round. Let's go back since we started with Anaho last time. Let's pick up with Alora this time. Alora, you see the spear strike down next to you. What do you do?
I'm going to continue to bite this guy.
Okay, roll again.
Nom nom nom.
Nom nom nom. Hey, Jerry, you cursed me. I rolled 3 1s on that round.
Yeah, you did.
That's a natural 20, John.
Oh, okay. Roll again.
Is and that is a 19 to hit.
That is definitely a critical hit. That was a dirty 19, not a nat 19, right?
Not a nat 19.
Okay, all right. So roll percentile dice.
Okay, percentile dice.
Ooh, roll that percentage.
That is a 63.
Ouch.
Plus 20.
No.
That's +40.
All right. So roll your base damage, multiply that by 3, and then I'll give you something else here in a moment.
Okay.
10.
Base
Come on, 10.
damage.
Come on, 10.
Oh no! That dice is behind my desk now. I'm gonna get that later. That one. Oh, it's rolled a 6, so 18 plus 1, so 19.
Times 3.
The 18 was the times 3, and then plus 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I seriously was like,
All right. Well, my fumble tables.
Devour him for dinner.
While my fumble tables are ancient and ragged, my crit tables, I use both Steve, Bloodwilds, and the ever mysterious Tim's. I'm using the Tim crit tables here. You keep that damage in mind, but let me read you the description, and then I'll let you tell me what it looks like. Roaring for blood, you leap up and latch onto your opponent's shoulder, tearing muscle and ligaments. The arm will be useless unless it's been fully restored. In addition, there'll be a penalty applied for all tests during the remainder of the battle. Howling with bloodlust, you yank your opponent from its feet, breaking his arm at the elbow. The arm is useless until the fracture is healed 1 month later. There's other sort of like, which it doesn't matter because it's dead. So with that sort of as the background, tell me what it looks like.
Okay, so Laura had it by the thigh, so she releases its thigh and she uses her powerful front paws and pushes herself up on that thigh that she was just biting into, and goes for the shoulder and just bites in as hard as her jaws can go and just rips, and you can hear the sound of snapping tendons and ligaments as she separates the arm from the body, and she sort of uses her momentum to leap up onto this knoll and shoving it to the ground as she just tears the arm away and just completely obliterates him with her claws and her teeth.
Exactly as she described, and now its blood mingles with the blood of the horse. Let's go to you, Rasmus.
Rasmus will once again, just with the almost not lich-like, but the almost floating upper body, the large torso and arms, the head of Rasputin as he'll continue to swirl around him. Rasmus with the right arm outward, walking with his long sword now in his left hand towards the shaman or whatever this is that's being enveloped by Rasputin, will once again clinch again as another blast of fire will go out inside of this this hold.
All right.
That's a roll for touch attack.
Yep.
That is the same roll again.
All right. That is a hit again. And this is the best I can do currently for Rasputin, hovering around the creature. And the DC on that save was, remind me?
14, and that's 5 fire damage this time.
Okay.
Plus, you also need the...
So the 13 on the die, that's a will save, correct?
So yeah, he'll, reflex save.
That's a reflex save, hold on. It has no reflex bonus. That's a hit, or it's a failed save, rather.
And at the start of his last turn, he should have taken 3 fire damage.
Okay.
And then at the start of his next turn, he'll take another.
So he's taken 4 so far, correct? Because he took 1, now 3.
Yeah, I dealt 1 last turn.
3,
and then I dealt 5 damage this time.
Okay.
So 10 in total.
Tell me what it looks like.
He walking forward.
You're not walking, you're floating.
No, he's floating. I'm not walking.
Oh.
Or I'm not floating. As I'm walking through that tail of mist and shadow still connected along the ground to my shadow, walking forward with this odd glow like flame in his right eye. He walks with his long sword, just the tip of it grazing along the ground, with the arm outstretched and still covered in the gauntlet. You can still see that little bit of miasma that covers the arm as he just clinches once in the last round, burning him, and then clinches again, and you just hear the screams muffle more and more in this as gaps of flame can be seen on the inside, as then Rasputin will come back to me and re-envelop my body
and vanishes. Now let's come back to you, Anaho. You are punctured on the right and the left as the rain pounds, as the thunder sounds. What do you do?
The knoll bent over currently to pick up the blow.
Yes. So you have a +2 to hit.
And would that impact his ability to reflexively act?
Oh, well, so when I say a +2, I was really giving him a -2, which would include a reflex save, yes.
My question is for sneak attack. Does he have a disadvantage on reflex?
Well, again, I'm going to say sneak attack is there's
He knows where I'm at.
Yeah, he knows right where you're at. There's enough visibility. There's no way to sneak attack this creature.
I'm trying to figure this out.
No. It's okay. I mean, I love the question, but there's just you're not going to sneak attack something that knows you're right in front of it.
So he's in front of me. He's bending over. I'll go ahead and reach down, grab my crossbow. There's a very, at least for Anaho, there's a very different, ever since the use of the ring, there's a very different persona that he's in. Things have changed. And even going up to the knoll with a bow instead of a weapon that would be swung.
Right.
Then the knoll misses. And he'll just carry that, what might be seen as pompous or arrogant, but it's maybe a lack of care, or maybe it's sheer confidence. It's something. And he walks up, grabs his crossbow, pulls it up, and he'll walk as close as possible and just point it right at the knoll and just utter and release a shot.
Roll to hit.
Man, we're just two people. We're just two people chilling. That's all we are.
Every time that happens, like I hate it when that, like, you have this fantastic role play and then the dice rolls just utterly let you down. I've mentioned this one before, that meme where, you know, my character backstory and it's this wicked looking dragon, and then my role play and it's this sort of mediocre looking dragon, and then my rolls and it's this goofy looking dragon. I hate it when that happens, but not your fault. What was your roll?
I got me a 10.
A 10. Wait.
I don't know good or bad, but I got a 10.
A total of 10.
Roll a 10.
No. So he's leaning over. You fire, but he has a piece of a plated armor that comes across the spines of his vertebrae that goes off of one of those plates and does not hit. Rizia. You see the one above you that's firing at Anaho. You see the one bearing down directly on Anaho.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm point blank, right?
Yes, you're point blank.
Does 11 hit?
No, so it would be a 13 that would hit.
Okay, sorry.
Wait, no, I told you surprise, though. Hold on. So shield down. Yeah, that does hit then. Yes, that hits.
Sweet.
He's also not.
Yeah, because it was leaning over, it was picking up the bow, therefore its shield is not engaged, any dex bonus is not engaged, you're not aiming right straight, so it's got an 11 armor class. Then when it leans over, it's just got the basic plates on it, so that does hit.
With my, whatever, short shot or whatever that's called.
Point blank.
For the +1. So, that is, it's a D6. And again with that, I forget what it's called. It's called
First shot?
point blank shot. That's what gave me the +1 to hit. It also gives me a +1 on damage.
Right.
So on a D6, I got 7 points of damage.
You got 7 points of damage in total.
Oh, I forgot to add my bow damage. I get bow damage?
Wait, what?
No, never mind.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 7. All right, so
7 points of damage.
yeah. Thunk! You put the bolt in its back. The creature staggers back up and snarls, fetid breath in your face. Even doused by the rain, it's still just overwhelmingly nauseous. And we go to you, Rizia. You see all of this happening around you. You see the one on the rocks atop firing down. What do you do?
I would move to attack the one that, I was going to say gimbal.
So you move toward this one, and yeah, that's only about 10 feet of movement, so you have a full attack. Go ahead.
Okay.
And you're going to have the same bonus, because this is all simultaneous action.
Metal dice.
So as you rush forward, you see the creature stumbling over to pick up its bow, and you see an arrow, or a crossbow bolt, thunk, stick out of its back. Even as you rush toward it, it's only beginning to stand up. It has no chance for any sort of dexterity.
What a 30.
Yeah, that kind of hits. Yeah,
Is a 30 hit?
yeah, that hits.
I miss melee characters.
Everybody does at early levels, Josh. Things change at higher levels.
21 total for damage.
Oh my gosh, what?
I have power attack. And I'm raging, so.
All right. Tell me what this looks like.
The nod.
Barbarians number 1.
Tell me what it looks like, Vivi.
Gaggle of barbarians, but y'all made other characters. I don't know.
No, that's my next one. That's my next one. I've already said it.
Don't worry, it's my next one too.
Vivi, tell me what it looks like.
Yeah.
Rizia will see him fumbling down as she looks over her shoulder after stomping on the heart of the other gnoll. She looks over and sees that Anaho needs help. So as the gnoll is coming down to reach down for a bow, she will walk over and kick him over. So he's laying down prone on his back. And then she will take her great axe and come down, swinging it over her shoulder and coming down right on the kneecap, cracking that kneecap in half, the tibia and fibia falling to the side, the femur getting wedged into her great axe. She will then just put her foot on his body to remove the great axe from his body.
Super damn.
And as you pull it up, the femur actually like people who are really good with wings can pull the bone off the wing. You pull the femur out, a bit of cartilage where it was connected to the tibia, but that's been snapped. You pull it out, and the femur is still stuck to the end of your axe.
And then as she kind of like puts it over her shoulder, she'll look down at Anaho and be like, "You good?"
And now as you catch that glimpse of Anaho, call it empty, call it brave, call it careless, call it a lack of care of his life. He's not responsive to you, and he doesn't look happy.
With that, she kind of like looks a little bit, raises an eyebrow a bit, and points up. There's still one up there.
Telliadir, your journal becoming sodden in the rain, but you have special inks which do not drip during the water, but you don't want to leave them out too long. What do you do?
All of them are dead except for the one on the cliff, right?
Yes, and you are in position to see that. Yep, you can see all of the carnage.
All right. How far away is he?
Again, it was 70 feet from here, but direct shot.
70 feet's fine. That's all I need.
Hang on, he's 38 feet.
He's less
40
than 100 feet.
Oh, definitely, yes.
All right. We'll go ahead and cast Create Pit directly under him, but with it hitting
Sounds
the edge
familiar.
of it, so he would fall off.
So you're basically sort of shearing off the edge of the cliff here with Create Pit. Correct.
Yep.
All right.
Awesome.
Love that. So I'm going to give him a reflex save. Here, let me roll it on the screen here.
Nat one.
It's not a nat 1, but it is a 7, which is not good enough. The gnoll, which was paying no mind to what was going around, had another one of those thick fletched arrows pulled back, directly trained on Anaho, and then suddenly the cliffside is gone. It tumbles down to the ground, thunks next, wind knocked out of it. Oh, crud, I didn't mean to kill it. We'll make it this one. Same. Wind knocked out of it. It falls to the ground, still alive. And let me see. And it is stunned. It's like whoosh. It's got the wind knocked out. And
Can I yell as a free action?
Yes, you can, of course.
Gonna yell at Rasmus. Interesting over there, don't you think? And that's all. And he's going to point where Rasmus's his thingy was, Rasputin.
Right. All right. So I don't think we need to roll for initiative. This creature is stunned. You have a free round, and we'll start with you, Rizia. You're closest. You see the creature fall. You look up. There is a sort of blackness on the side of the cliff, and the creature just seemed to plummet through it and fall to the ground.
Sorry, into the pit, you said?
Well, there was really no pit. So the pit was technically on the side of the rock, which all it did was create no facing on the side of the rock. So the creature fell down and hit the ground.
Is he
Did
still
he
alive?
take fall damage?
So we're talking. It's only. Can I do a vertical measurement here? I've never done this.
I just know how we always take.
No, I do. Well, it depends on the. Wait, no,
I usually use the dome.
Oh yeah, that's a better idea. Thank you, Josh. Because I don't do anything that's under 10 feet as fall damage. Yeah, that's right at 12 feet. No, it would. Yep, thank you for that. Ooh. Yeah, as it thunks down, wind knocked out of it, you hear a crunch. It's gurgling, trying to struggle up on its legs. Rizia, what do you do?
Is he on his back or his front?
His front. Face down in the mud.
Like laying down? Could I like put my boot on the base of his neck?
If that would please you, you can certainly do that. Yes.
Okay, yeah, then I'll hold him there then, just with my boot.
Okay. You do
And
that.
I'll call the others. Because he's the last one, yeah?
Yeah, he's the last one.
Okay, yeah, then she'll like just bury his face into like the wet mud.
All right, you pin his face to the ground. Now the road is just covered in rivers of blood flowing downhill. Slain creatures abound. The blood of horses, the blood of gnolls, the blood of anahos flowing down this road.
Are we still in combat?
No.
Order?
Oh, we're not? Oh, okay.
No. She's got it pinned. There is no further combat. It's pinned. It's almost dead.
I'm gonna shoot a glare over to Rizia. An emptiness in my face. Reloading slowly. The crossbow. Walking over and looking directly at you, Rizia.
You're not aiming a crossbow at me, no?
Not yet.
This would be the second time this happens. Just kidding. She'll just stand there and she'll be like, he's all yours if you want it.
I went tell you, dear, hears that he's gonna rush over. Full sprint. And he's gonna be like, hey, oi.
What's up?
So does he make it there before I make it there?
No. You're there first.
You're there already.
Yeah, you're already there. So this is already happening. So I just want everyone's intent. We're not in initiative, so I need. Let's go back to Alora. Alora, what are you still in wolf form or?
Yep, because I can stay in wolf form for 4 hours. So
Nice.
very happy wolf is just like
Who's a good
patting
boy?
her way over to the others, like happy Laura Wolf, completely soaked in blood, just patting over.
Yeah, muzzle like just crimson, loping over, and then Rasmus, what are you doing?
Rasmus will go over to the body of the one that is singed, and he will begin his prayers.
Okay. You do note, it's burned, it's blackened, but it looks like there may be some gold and silver, slightly melted in a pouch. There might be some other things to recover, but I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just letting you know what you see.
Yeah, he's putting his sword tip into the ground, leaning against it, and he's putting his hand onto the creature and listening to its sins.
All right. Anaho, Rizia, back to the two of you. Rizia, you see Anaho, a huge arrow fletching sticking out of his left shoulder, one out of his right side. He's got the crossbow, and we will not say it's trained directly at you unless he tells me it is, but it's clearly in your direction.
I'll look down. Sorry. Do you want to go? I'll
Just
just
so
look
you
down
know,
at,
it's not, like you said, it's not directly
not
at you,
at-
but it is at like a 45. It's in the ready to.
Okay. And then I'll just like, based on what Rizia knows, like she's just kind of confused about the look that you're giving, but she's just kind of like assuming that you're gonna come over and kill the North. With her boot on the back of his neck, do you have any last words? I'd say not. And she'll like push down a little bit harder, I guess, as he will come to. I guess, did we hear Telliadir would just be shouting?
Yeah, Telliadir's shouting and running up. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
All right.
going, hold on, 1 second.
What do you need?
So
You better be quick before he kills him.
Go ahead, Anaho.
So with that look, I walk over. Absolutely emotionless would be a way to say it. At least before Naho has had some emotion, even if it was like disdain or something. This is empty. Absolutely empty. And to keep the crossbow at that 45. And careless of where your foot is.
It turns its head and it looks up at you. You see the snarl fading. There's pleading in the eyes.
I utter the phrase that I uttered before in Undercommon, as at least that would be known now. I utter this unfamiliar phrase, release the bolt in his head, draw back another bolt. And I start to lift the crossbow.
To me?
You, something behind you, it looks like you.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Telliadir, you see this as you run up.
Why'd you have to go and do that?
As do you, Alora. You're loping up, your muzzle crimson as Rasmus says his prayers. Even through your lupine eyes, this looks odd.
I would have liked to have talked to him at least. Did you have to?
He's got not much to say,
Why?
but Anaho looks like he does.
You see my crossbow now going. I step back one step and I go back and forth. I grab at my sides. Nothing's there.
So are you pointing, when you sit back and forth, you're pointing at me as well?
At this point, yeah.
All right, so when you point at me, you see literally no reaction. Like he has had arrows pointed at him a billion times in his life. Now, look, he could have just carelessly killing him. I dropped him down so we could at least have a word with him.
He had nothing interesting to say.
Well, I wouldn't have dropped him down if I would have known you'd just go and do that. Now would I have?
I didn't shoot the arrow.
Why? You're a violent bunch, aren't you?
I mean, look at me. Like there's still a femur like stuck out of my
Yeah, it's like it's like a cross on your axe.
Well, no wonder you're in trouble out here. Makes sense. And he's just gonna kind of step back, pull out his journal. Even as the crossbow's coming to him, just start writing down some notes.
Wait, where's Alora?
Alora is standing. She's
I
wolf.
don't know. I
she
never
doesn't.
saw her.
I'm sorry. My bad. My
I've never
bad.
seen Alora change
No.
ever.
She's
never
a
had-
wolf over there. She did a fancy dancy changing thing, and now she barks and howls at the moon. It's interesting. You should see what the other guy did. Nelly.
She kind of looks over around at you, like still facing, like she would still face Anaho, but she's just like looking around. Alora, is that you?
And she kind of comes up like, and you can see there's just like the one thing left on her because all of her other gear shifted into her, but the satchel with Henrietta is still like wrapped around her. So she just.
Okay, so seeing that, she would actually like 100% be confirmed that that's Alora. Anaho, you good?
Does it look good? He's pointing at. Not cursing, sorry.
My bosom. Terry, you'd understand though.
Oh,
Good. What?
He's
what
got
did
as
you,
much to
you-
say
You
as
have to at
Noel
least type it to me so that I understand.
Yeah.
Oh, Terry, you understand.
Obviously, aren't you fluent?
In
I am
Undercommon, yes.
most days. And when you ask that question, and after he says that, of course I'm going to say, he's pointing a crossbow at us. Does he look okay?
I don't think so. It's more of a rhetorical question.
Say what you think and think what you say. Anywho.
I think a lot of things, but I don't think it's good for me to say them out loud.
Since when?
And so
Me.
after hearing Anaho, Teliadir will respond to Anaho.
Oh, I meant worthless, by the way.
Yep, okay. And he'll respond.
As Telliard is responding, where is the crossbow pointed right now, Anaho? Is it still wavering back and forth, or is it trained on someone?
You fought enough that you'd know whoever speaks is immediately where it goes.
Okay, so it's
when
pointed
Lucius
right at Telliadir.
Now
Got
it's
it.
going right back
All right.
to you. Perhaps Telliadir.
And Teliadir responds, well, I gotta think of a, yeah, this is undercommon. And so it's,
What he said.
My eyes become very narrow, very, very focused.
I'll come back to this, Rasmus. As you are kneeling over the charred and crisping corpse, and there is a flood of confession of sin that comes from this creature, a sense of revilement of its own being, a dappling in the dark arts and dark spirits, feral and yet with intellect, and it cries out, "Blood! Blood!" You see a flashing before your eyes of a small knoll pup born in a tent with a twisted back and a gnarled hand. You see images flash through your mind of it being kicked around encampments and treated as though it should have been slain at birth, and then finding a spark of the arcane and hovering in darkness, even as slop was hurled at it, and as friends taunted and twisted every part of its being. But it became something to be respected by the strength of its arcane power. And through this, it found its station, had become one that could survive among the clan and be respected. This only its second journey, and now dead. Crisp, the charnel scent of burning flesh in your nostrils.
He will reach down with his right hand, and if the eyelids aren't so crispy that they can't be closed or anything.
No.
He will close the eyes and stand up and thank it for its passing. Let me just go ahead. He looks over it, and it is time to rest, to pass on. You've walked, you've bled, you've feared, and you've cried, and you've laughed. Your time is done. Pass and go upon passing. As he will turn back around with his wounds closing up as he walks towards the group.
And as you walk toward the group, you see the horses. They've not strayed far, those that live, but you see a tense situation ahead. And let's go back to the party. Anaho, you've just heard the words of Teliadir.
He responded.
Okay.
And Teliadir will cast Vanish on himself.
Vanish?
Vanish.
Varnish.
Spell functions like invisibility, except
Right.
the effect only lasts one round per caster level.
Rizia, you're shocked. Anaho, even you, Alora, although you still smell him, your sense of smell is very keen, but from your sight, Telliadir vanishes.
Well, that's a neat trick.
And he will... Oh, go ahead, Anaho.
If you have something you're going to do with that, otherwise I'm going to react to that.
So as the vanish takes place, he's actually going to move into a different location.
So tell me, I'll give you 10 to 15 feet of movement.
Yep. So just any direction that is
Toward
in
the
a
wolf
direction.
or the other or away. So if you can see the screen here, let me go top down.
So he was pointing at me.
Right.
I do not want him pointing at me.
All right. So if you can look at the screen,
Yep.
you have really 3 central directions you can go.
Yep.
All right. You can move behind Rizia here to your left. You can move behind Alora here to your right, or you can move backward away from both and from everyone.
Let's move behind Rizia.
Okay. All right.
And at the same time, I will say, because though I've cast Vanish, I'm not necessarily trying to keep quiet about it. I'll say, all right. He just said, just another worthless creature swim in your own pool. You've got a strange one with you here.
So then I'll go ahead. As you're doing that, moments after you vanish and you're moving, I'll go ahead and shout back. So maybe our words are crossed over a little bit. But I utter another phrase and I will send that to you.
Also, John, I was going to my horse.
Oh, so you're not going to them. You're going to your
No,
horse.
no. I was moving down the path ahead to where my horse is slaughtered. Yeah, I freaking love that horse.
So I'll just and I'll fire directly in front of me, still very empty-faced, very focused forward.
Me?
Whatever's in front of me at this point, because apparently it's not
Wait, so if he would have fired right there, it would have gone past.
Wait, so you fire directly where? Okay, wait. So wait, hold on. Before you do that, wait, no. I'm not preventing you from doing that. But we're gonna role play this the right way. So first of all, he vanished, but he kept speaking. He made no attempt to be quiet. Also, it's raining and it's muddy, so you would see footsteps. The footsteps do not, the mud will squelch. So roll perception, please.
So.
No, I'm not telling you what to do with this. I'm just telling you whether or not you actually know where he's at.
Just roll. What do you
Did
roll?
you just roll that 20?
No, I wish.
That
You
one?
rolled a 6.
At least I could feel good about myself.
What'd you roll?
So you rolled like a 12.
No, I mean, perception's pretty good for me.
Yeah.
I rolled a 3 with a plus 11, so I got a 14.
Oh, that's
Oh,
not bad.
not bad.
Hold on. Let me see.
Thank God for
Rolled
those
a
pluses.
3.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. You see the squelching footsteps. You hear his voice, even though he's vanished. And you can see he's moving behind Rizia. So you can still choose to fire where you were saying, but if you do so, it's by choice. It's not because you're fooled.
So where Anaho is now, it's not so much that he's using his eyes as he is using his mind or his memory. He's kind of metagame. He's stuck in a moment.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
Okay.
Vanish, very familiar. Not that emptiness in his eyes. So he's going to fire at... So he's not looking at what's around, or he's looking where Telliadir, this creature, was, and he's firing there at that.
Okay. You all see this crossbow bolt fires right where Telliadir was, sails across, clatters across the rocks. You see this, right past your muzzle, Alora.
I'm not a drow. I'm an half elf. Come on now. You're not that daft, are you?
Just continue to look around. Like you're not trying to conceal, so it'd probably be confusing to you, but just looking around, shouting the same phrase. The last part of that phrase, tell you dear.
Okay.
He's now by no drow.
Over and over and over. Just
And I'm right behind Rizia now, right? So I'm gonna
Yes.
look here. I think he's having some sort of episode. Keeps calling me a drow. Do I look like a drow to you? And I said that while invisible. That's why it's funny.
Well, technically, I can't see you, so you could be a drow for all I know.
I'll load another cross.
And then you actually reappear now. That's been around.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you reappear right behind her, and you
You
hear.
want to let me know what he's saying?
And by the way,
What
this is all simultaneous. So
He called me a wretched drow.
and I don't want like Alora and or Rizia. You guys can respond. You're all in the same spot.
Yeah, I'm
You're all seeing the same thing. So you see Anaho.
Yeah, Alora.
Anaho ratchets up and pulls back another bolt.
Alora, come here. I'll give you scritches.
I'll give you scritches.
Laura is actually
Go to that
going
man. He's got a weird whiskey thing.
noticing the crossbow bolt now like flying in the general direction. She kind of does that, like the dog like quirk that they do when they hear something interesting like that.
Yeah.
She does that, and she kind of looks, and then she walks right in front of Anaho and plants herself firmly, like seated, but up on her paws, in front of him. And she still has her natural like sense of herself, so she just kind of what if she had eyebrows, she kind of does that raise of an eyebrow, like, what are you doing, look at him, as she just plants herself between him and Rizia and Teledeer.
And Rizia will kind of talk over her shoulder, basically. She has no idea where. But so does he think we're all drow or just you?
Well, right now I think it's just me, as I'm the one who he keeps yelling at. But of course, I can speak what he's speaking, so none of you can speak it. So I don't know if that has something to do with it either.
And as I've now loaded another bolt, I'll lift it up at this figure that's in front of me again, and say that same statement.
Well, it's not in front of you. It's behind Rizia, just to be clear.
No. Evelyn is.
Another creature is now.
Oh,
doing that.
I see.
So
Okay, gotcha.
Right in front of me, this creature has now.
So when he
reappeared in my
says
vision.
that, I'm going to say to her, "Oh, look, now the wolf is a drow. This makes total sense to me."
That's making no sense to me at all.
And I'll wipe. You see me just wipe my face, like hold the crossbow as tight as I can with one, and I'm wiping my face almost vigorously, just trying to remove water. And my hands are slipping and sliding on the crossbow, but I wipe and I take a clumsy shot.
And Alora, after she hears what Teledeer says about her Anaho calling Alora a drow, she'll actually kind of get a sense that he seems troubled, and she actually will place her paws down towards him and rest her head on one of his feet.
All right, we'll come to that in just one moment. Let's come back to you, Rasmus. You tend to your steed. It is shaken, but welcomes your comforting touch, and it is quickly returned to you.
Our horse isn't dead?
Oh, your horse was the one killed.
Yeah,
I'm
my
sorry.
horse was the one that got
I forgot it. That's right. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. Yes.
So again, you come his cold dead
Yes.
body.
You lean over the body of your horse. You see its throat slit, blood still pouring from its corpse, laying legs entangled with the knoll which slew it and was later slain.
He having gone over to the horse, seeing that it was a major wound and not a, quote, minor wound, he'll close the eyes of the horse as well, put his hand on the horse, and just thank it. Really wishing he could have listened to the horse's words, but unable to. And from there, not able to really help anymore, will look up and begin walking while all this commotion's kind of going on, and he actually, listening to a lot of this going on, will kind of walk up to just go straight towards Anaho, and would honestly be right in that line in front of Anaho walking towards him.
All right, so you're going to be walking that direction. You did all that while they were having this conversation, so you'll get there next round. Now back here, so Elora, you're laying your head at his feet. Simultaneous action, though. Anaho said he was wiping the rain from his eyes, and I believe he said he fired a clumsy shot.
Yes, I'm trying to wipe the rain off. My hands are slippery, so.
All right, so you're pointing the cross, so this will be point blank. As you said, we'll call it clumsy, so it's going to be a -4 to hit. But there will be, and yes, I got that, Vivi, thank you. So, in fact, that's actually a great place to stop. Save that roll. Don't tell us. So we end tonight, episode 21, I think, of book 2, and I forget how many of total Greyhawk Awakening. And what's that? 77 of the total episode. Thank you to all of our players, and we'll resume next time as the party sits on a rain-soaked road headed north with Anaho firing a crossbow bolt point blank at the back of Elora under some type of delusion. And with that, tonight we end GHA Book 2. Bravo, thank you, everyone. We're going to go ahead and do, thank you so much. We're going to do a giveaway. Don't leave, and then we'll do a raid, and we're going to do a stream MVP vote. Vivi, before you go, can you tell us why Rizia should be stream MVP, or do you not have time for that? If you don't, you can go.
Quickly, Rizia should be stream MVP for coming up to Teliadir with her hands up, being like, I ain't going to do this time. I learned my lesson. And then just double checking with Elora, as per usual. She trusts Elora a lot and takes her word a lot. It's kind of been an ongoing thing throughout the campaign, just double checking with Elora, just because she's so in tune with nature. She really, and she's seen her talk to, a bunch of trees. So, I mean, if somebody should know, she should. And then just some smashy. She killed some gnolls pretty epically, and also just toothpicking the gnoll's femur on her great axe. So
I love that part. All right, bye. I knew you were a nurse when you said tibia, fibula, femur. Well done. Thank you so much, Vivi. All right, take care. Bye.
And the muscles getting on.
All right.
Guys,
thank you. Bye-bye. In the chat, it is !Manda! !Manda! For the creator of these gorgeous blue box dinos. These are hand knitted. Each one, the cool googly eyes. You get an adoption paper. You can't get these anywhere except directly from Manda or Blue Box, and we're giving that away tonight. It's super cool. It will cuddle with you. It's so fun to have. I have one of these. You need one. All right, so let's go to you, Rory. Why should Anaho be stream MVP?
Anaho should be a stream MVP for a few reasons. Part is the role play with everything since he used the Ring of the Ram. So from that moment on, the role play of the descriptions, as well as annihilating a gnoll with that ring, as well as facing another gnoll, point blank to point blank, firing at each other, and then the continued role play with Teliadir, the uncommon, leading into this current situation that we're in.
Well done, well done. All right, you will be rolling for tonight, Anaho, and yeah, your character has been a lot of fun. Fun was in air quotes. Oh, Sam, Shav Hunter. We may be sending a dino overseas. That would be kind of cool. All right, and now let's go to you, Terry. Why should Teliadir be stream MVP?
because he's one of the few level 3 players currently in this group and needs the XP. Just pointing that out.
The sympathy play is always good. I like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, he also dropped a knoll to the ground, which was a lot of fun. It's like a slide, only more fun. And then he decided to chit-chat in Undercommon with the crazy one.
Horrible idea.
Well, you left
took
out
a lot of good notes.
What I thought was actually I should go to the full screen here. We don't need to keep. I thought it was really fun when you pulled out your journal in the middle of combat and took notes. That is, just, your journal's a bit sodden, but that is still a super fun thing to do in combat. And you will be rolling for it'll be a roll off, Sam. Sorry, so we got 5 actually. Cause I'll roll for Vivi.
Yes,
let's go! Here we go, Wick. You got a shot. Very cool. So it might be nice to see Wit get one. I've still got a few of those glasses to give away. I use mine all the time. They are awesome, man. I'm so thankful for those. All right, let's go to Josh. Why should Rasmus/Rasputin be stream MVP?
Rasputin should be stream MVP for finally having yet again another kill since we fought those goblins way back when. Yeah, it's been that long. It's been that long, Terry, since he's killed something again. But yeah, his role play of his horse, like he really loved that horse. And then beyond that, I don't know what else I really did. I was trying to hit stuff, didn't hit stuff, and then got to wrap Rasputin around the mage and just burn him alive inside of this shell of shadow.
Yeah, which was cool. And then reading his memories and praying with him, that was fun stuff. So well done, Josh.
Helping his soul pass on.
You will get. You were threatened, by the way. Wick said you better roll well, Terry. Oh, you've got 2,000 Caesar. Let's go, Alexander. Outstanding. All right. Lastly and not leastly, why should Alora be stream MVP?
Laura should be stream MVP for turning into a wolf. Really cool. And completely nomming on a knoll for killing the horse. And then just being a happy Alora self in wolf form, just trying to help one of her friends who seems to be going through some stuff at the moment, trying to bring him back to back to himself, get him recentered.
No,
so yeah,
I like that. And actually, honestly, if there is I don't know if Pat Draws or any of our fan art people are still on, but I think it would be a great piece of fan art to see Alora Wolf laying her muzzle at Anaho's feet as Anaho fires a crossbow right at her, and we'll see what the roll was. Might have been a nat 20. Don't tell us, Rory. We shall see what it was, but that would be some awesome fan art. All right, so you will be rolling for. Old school, are you still on tonight? Old school FRP. Let us know if you're still here. I'm sure you are. Always a continuous, frequent, steady viewer. We'll give him just a couple of more moments. 5, 4, 3, 2. Old school, are you there? Yay! Okay, he's there. Okay, now it's your chance to vote for stream MVP in the upper right-hand corner, and we'll start the roll. Oh no, actually, I need to roll for Vivi. I will, on behalf of Vivi. So one more could be in the giveaway. This one will be Weaponized Eyes. Weaponized Eyes. You had a chance last time too and didn't win. Are you still with us? Let us know if you're still here. Weaponized. No worries. Please respond in the chat. Weaponized. While he's doing that, let's go to you and Naho. Go ahead and roll for whoever you've got.
Can you hear me? Yeah, Chev Hunter 86. Is that a?
That's Sam. Yep, that's Sam. Yep. Over in Europe.
I got a 15 and a 10.
All right, so a 15 for Weaponize or for Chav Hunter. That's excellent.
I've done all night.
Yeah, very good. All right, go ahead, Terry.
All right. First roll is 7. Second roll is a 9.
All right, so we still have Shav Hunter in the lead. Let's go to you, Josh.
2,000 Caesar, I got you, buddy.
Let's go, Caesar.
That is a 4 and a rolling this. No, I want to roll this die. This die. Oh, cocked. 6.
Okay, Sam's still in the lead.
I'm sorry.
We may have a European dinosaur here very soon, but we still have the ever difficult Evelyn standing in the way. Go ahead, Evelyn.
Come on, Evelyn.
Okay, I'm rolling for old school FRP. That's a 12 and a natural 1.
All right, so I have weaponized eyes and weaponized eyes. Let's see here. I have that's a 15, so I tied with Chav. And then on the second die, that's a 4. So we have a roll-off. Let's go, Rory. So we'll both roll. Here, I'll pull mine up. I'll do it live on Tailspire so everybody can see it. So Rory, roll yours first. What'd you get?
14.
A 14. All right. That's for Shav Hunter Sam. This is for weaponized eyes, and the roll is a 7. All right. Congrats, Sam. You got it. So, Amanda, you're going to have your first piece of crocheted work over in Europe here pretty soon. We'll get that out to you ASAP, my friend. On behalf of the entire Blue Box community, I want to say thank you to all the players. Thank you to all the viewers, all the support tonight. The winner of the stream MVP tonight was Elora. Congratulations, Elora. I'm really surprised your I need XP plea did not work, Terry. I felt that. Like, it was very emotional when you said that.
It's okay. I'll stay at level 3 while everybody levels.
Like, I'm level 3 XP plea. It worked for me.
I literally
It's
have
2,000
I have 1,000 XP, and that's it at level 3. I have no XP.
All right, we'll take, yes.
2,000, right? 2,000 XP now?
No. It's still
1,500?
1. Still 1. 1. All right. And with that said, we will do a raid. Thank you, everyone, for being here. So, Terry, can you be on with us tonight? We're still trying to do the Voices of the Dead. Are you available for that LMA tomorrow? No.
Tomorrow night I can't. After tomorrow, I can.
All right, so we'll figure that out, but we will be back with LMA tomorrow night. Thank you to all of our viewers. Thank you to all of our chatters. You guys were awesome, and tonight we're going to raid our friends over at Careful Cantrip, and we're kicking that raid off now in 10 seconds.
Careful Cantrip.
Thanks for being with us. We love you guys. Great week this week. We had a great Sunday. We had a great night tonight. We appreciate all of you. Blue Box signing out. See you tomorrow night.
We should